Y'all know. Y'all know what it is. 7:30 p.m. Eastern. It's the Boys Club. We are back in effect every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. It's your boy Richie D. It's your boy Sean P. We get in here. We talk relationships. It goes down. Shout out to my man LJ. LJ, what up, my dude? LJ, you might need to stick around in here, man, and hear some of this relationship conversation. I know you be having relationship problems. Anyway, yo, let me get my man Prez on the line. Once again, Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Rich Dollars, Sean Prez. We are the Boys Club. Real relationship conversation, relationship 101. It's a good time, and it's a real conversation. So let's get it. Antoinette, what's up, mama? I see y'all are logging in, and y'all are hitting the button. What price declined? What do you decline? What are you talking about? So I see that y'all are logging in, and y'all are hitting the button already, but y'all can't hit the button yet. We don't do the that part of the conversation till 8:30. So around 8 o'clock, if you have questions, if you want to get in and you want to have something to say, you want to get in on a conversation, please, around 8 o'clock. Esby, what up? Let's get present here. East Harlem, what up? Harlem World, baby. So yeah, once again, thank y'all for coming out. Sean, what up, bro?
Yo, Rich, what up, kid? How you?
Oh, man, slow motion, you know, we just here.
Yo, Rich, where the hell do you be doing this from? Like, I keep saying this every week. I'm taking it back. It feels like you're sitting on a yacht somewhere on the Riviera or something.
Yo,
like,
man,
what?
Let me tell you something, Sean. This is secret. This is a top secret G4 classified location out in the Midwest somewhere. I am somewhere in the Midwest with cornfields behind me and shit. You know what I mean?
Yo, it's crazy because real talk. Like, I'm like, where's this dude at?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
But good to see you, Rich. You ready to get into it this week?
Do it.
Okay, real quick. For anybody who this is your first time joining us, Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Rich Dollars, Sean Prez, we're the Boys Club, and we have very real, very focused, in-depth, raw, no holds barred relationship talk. But we come from the perspective of men. So if you are a young lady and you're in a relationship and you still don't get your man, if you're trying to get in a relationship and you can't understand why men move the way that they do, this is a conversation for you. All right, Rich, I want to start it off. I'm not going to play the video. It's not necessary. But one of our viewers sent us a clip that was buzzing across the internet this week. Gabrielle Union. She sat down and had a conversation. I'm sure you're familiar with it because it raised a hell of a lot of interest from people who are taken aback by something she said. Long story short, she said her and Dwayne Wade, they split their household bills 50-50. She feels as though she is head of household in some respects, in some regards. Everything in their relationship goes down the middle. Sent the internet into an uproar. I really want to get your thoughts on this because at first, like, if you want to keep it 100, when it was sent to me, I was like, okay, I'm not getting it. And I asked the woman who sent it to me, like, elaborate. Why is this topic important for you? And she did. She sent me back and gave me her thoughts and sent me a bunch of screenshots from people out there and their thoughts. And I was like, okay, this is something we need to talk about. So go ahead. What's your thoughts on that?
See, first of all, you got to know Gabrielle Union. Like, that's first and foremost. So you got to know Gabrielle Union to understand, because I'm sure people are like, Dwayne Wade played basketball. He made a lot of money. He was an NBA All-Star, Hall of Famer, the whole shebang. So now why is he trying to be 50-50 with him? But see, this is the thing about women They're all different. Everybody is cut from a different cloth. In order for you to really understand this clip, you got to understand Gabrielle Union. I'm not sitting here pretending like me and Gabrielle Union are besties, but I know Gabrielle Union. I know her mentality. Her mentality is that she's more concerned with exuding boss than she is wanting to succumb to her man and being a woman who kind of just falls behind. She wants to be able to stay in the forefront of relationships, and I don't mean the forefront in terms of just getting pressed. I mean in the forefront in terms of decision making, in terms of head of household, in terms of boss. And Dwayne Wade, if you really know who Dwayne Wade is, and you've seen him move over his years, he kind of is one of them dudes that's up front in terms of, well, I shouldn't say up front, but out front in how he moves. The daughter, you know what I mean? All these, Dwayne Wade is a different dude. So he being who he is and she being who she is, it makes sense. It makes sense. Now, all relationships aren't built the same, but apparently they found something within each other that they both love and they both rock out and they go hard for one another. But Dwayne Wade is the type of dude that will let his woman sit shotgun and sometimes drive. So she makes decisions, and because Gabrielle Union is that type of woman, almost to the point of insecure, almost to the point of where she feels like she has to be in that position. She has to be in the lead position. She will not take a back seat to a man. That's just who she is. So understanding that about them, that clip makes all the more sense about who she is and how she moves under normal. And I understand why people are in an uproar, man. I understand why I broke the internet, because it's not a normal relationship. But you have to understand those two people. Almost, I'm not going to go as far as to say Will and Jada, but almost to where Will Smith allowed Jada Pinkett, even though he was way richer, way more powerful, way more popular, way more everything than Jada was, Will allow Jada to almost be 50-50. Now, I'm not saying that she was that type of woman that she wanted to pay that money and be a 50-50 partner, but Will allowed her to almost be a 50-50 partner. Gabrielle Union in that way is a little bit different, where she feels like she needs to pay to be a 50-50 partner. So anything that comes across this desk, we going 50-50 on it, because I never, ever, ever want you to feel like I'm not a 50-50. This is not a joint venture, nigga. Like, this ain't no, I'm not signed to you. This is a joint venture. So we make decisions equally in everything, and Dwayne Wade is that type of dude to allow it. You know what I'm saying? So that's their relationship. And I can't, and it works for them. It works for them. So I'm not gonna say one way or the other. It works for them because he is who he is, and he moves the way he moves.
You know, when this was forwarded to me, I didn't even understand why this was an issue, Rich. And this is just showing. But I'm gonna start in a couple of places. Number one, I don't know that it's the best idea to let everybody into your business. To let what I understand who Gabrielle Union is. She has done a number of interviews where she has disclosed. She's let you into their actual working relationship. And I think that that's dangerous. Let's start there, right? And this is for anybody out there. Everything is not meant to be discussed. How you choose to handle your finances, what goes on in the confines of your home, there are some things that just should stated. I'm not Gabby's best friend. You know Gabby, Sean doesn't. You open yourself up for this. Why Rich Dollar, Sean Prez at 7:30 on a Wednesday night are having a discussion about their finances and their living arrangement and how they split the bills? It shouldn't happen, celebrity or not. But we're just two of 10 million people who have now chimed in on a conversation and are sharing our thoughts. So for starters, I'm gonna just say there is a certain benefit, a certain power in just keeping your business your business. But I get it. She's a celebrity. There's a question to be asked, and she answered it how she saw fit. Maybe Dwayne Wade could give a crap, you know. But I still think when you open those types of doors, it allows for this to happen. It allows for the millions of comments and people in your business to happen. So that's number one. Number two, I get it. She made it clear in that relationship and in that interview and in past interviews how she took care of her ex-husband. Her ex-husband was a NFL player. He probably didn't really do it big in the NFL, and she was the breadwinner in that household. So everything that you're saying, I get based on the personality trait that you say that she has. Even in that relationship, she was carrying all the bills, probably not because she wanted to, but because he was not an earner. He was a second, third, fourth string NFL player. They come, they go. NFL stands for not for long. We get it. But lastly, I just want to conclude on the reason I didn't see this as such a big deal, because whatever works in your relationship, it works. It ain't for me, it ain't for Rich, it ain't for the work. Like, if splitting them, if we get it. This man, her husband, Dwayne Wade, he seems like he is very loyal and faithful, and he loves that woman, and she is about 10 years older than him, and he treats her beautifully. He treats her like a strong Black woman should be treated. You look at them together, and I'm not in that relationship, but he really seems like I love my wife. As a matter of fact, I don't just love my wife, I'm actually attracted to my wife. Like this chick I'm attracted to. I get it. But if it works for them, splitting it 50-50, kudos to you. You know, if Dwayne looks at himself as the protector, the provider, and he wanted to pay all the bills and he's old-fashioned, and that works for them, kudos to you. Whatever works. At the end of the day, what's most important is that is a couple, and I'm on the outside, so I'm going out on a limb and saying what I'm about to see, but they seem like they're actually in love. They're raising a family together. They're standing together in the midst of hate and threats and people not agreeing with their sons, their daughter Zaire's lifestyle. They're standing together, and if it works for them, Rich, I'm all for it. I don't even know why this was a topic of conversation, but blessings and kudos to them. I'll just leave it there. So, you want to move on, or
we can
you
move
got more?
on. We can move on. I said what I said.
Okay, I got a lot to cram in, so you know, bear with me. You sent me something a while ago, and I've been dying to get it in, but we just had so much content, I just can't seem to get this in. I'm gonna play something. Hopefully, everybody can hear it. Do me a favor, if y'all can hear what I'm about to play, please send the thumbs up, the likes, the 100s. This way, I know that what I'm playing, y'all can hear. All right, here we go.
If a man loves me more, if he's too nice, it's not sweet no more. Exactly. Facts. But facts. That's true, Ferris. But it's not, loving doesn't have to necessarily associate itself with being nice. Like, you can love me more,
And I'm not too nice.
but you're not ever too nice. I can love you just as much as you love me, but as long as you love me just a little more than I love you, we'll always be good.
Yeah.
Because then what's the word? That reassurance that I need, I always got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm straight. Love me, I love you.
I'm gonna let it run back.
If a man loves me more, if he's too nice, it's not sweet no more.
Exactly. Facts.
But
Facts.
that's true,
He's
Fierce.
smart.
But it's not, loving doesn't have to necessarily associate itself with being nice. Like, you can love me more,
And I'm not too nice.
but you're not ever too nice. I can love you just as much as you love me, but as long as you love me just a little more than I love you, we'll always be good.
Yeah.
Because then what's the word? That reassurance that I need, I always got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm straight. Love me, I love you.
Did you hear that loud and clear, Rich?
I heard it.
Okay. You sent that to me a while ago. To get that on the show. We just had a lot of content, and I really got to get your thoughts on it.
First of all, that's an insecure mindset.
Elaborate.
Huh?
Elaborate.
Okay. So women never like to be with pushovers. So in her mind, you have to, number one, you have to exude strong man. You have to exude strong man and be the foundation. And at that time, it means almost being a disciplinarian. She seems like she wants someone who is in the image of her father, to where now she's looking at it like you love me, but you're not a pushover. You won't let me take advantage. But that's an insecurity. That's an insecurity because you feel like if you find someone who's 50-50 in this relationship, or you find someone who's loving you the way you should demand to be loved, then he's a sucker. And that says more about you than it says about him. You can't be with a sucker. So you will allow yourself to subject yourself to being in a relationship where a dude is treating you badly because that's the toxicity of today's relationships. If a nigga's not treating you bad or he ain't showing you he's the boss, then, and I'm not talking about just from a female versus male breadwinner versus non-breadwinner. I'm talking about from a place of like, you can't be too nice. That's crazy to think that you can't be too nice to your girl because she gonna look at you like a sucker. And no girl wants to be with a sucker. So you can't even be the loving, caring person that you want to be because it will be taken as weakness. And women don't want to be with anybody weak. And that says more about that woman than it says about you. It says more about her insecurities in regards to being with a man than it says about you and how you treat your woman. That's the whole adage of good guys finish last. Good guys finish last because women have made it quite obvious that they want the dude who is out here wilding. They want the dude who is who's winning, who the women want to be with, who's popular. They want that dude regardless of how he treats them. Regardless of how he treats them, they want that woman because the insecurity in a woman is that I can't be with this dude if nobody else wants to be with him. I can't be with a sucker because he's acknowledged as a sucker. And I'd rather be with a dude who don't treat me as good as I deserve to be treated because this dude is out here and he's living the life and he's popular and the women want him. And the fact that, and it goes back to that same thing. I come back to this every week, it seems like. The shit that Kevin Samuels was saying before. women seem to go for the 1% of the men. When there are so many other men out there who will treat you good and kill for you and give you his last dollar, but you want to go for the woman that everybody else wants. I mean, excuse me, you want to go for the man that everybody else wants because it's your insecurities. It's how you feel about yourself. You have to put yourself in that situation or in that place where you feel like your dude is so popular amongst the women that you've now won for having him, regardless of how he treats you. You won for having him because of how many women want him. So fuck all the other extracurricular activities, all the ways that they treat you, all the ways that he loves you and shows his love towards you. That's not really important as him being popular amongst the public or the people or your circle or your neighborhood or your city. That's more popular. That's how you become. It's almost like you have found a man that validates you. That girl is looking for a man to validate her. She's not looking for love. She's not looking for somebody to treat her good. She's looking for a dude to validate her. So by her being with him, she's validated because he's popular and automatically puts her on a pedestal now. And that's her insecurities. That's her insecurities. That's her wanting to be a part of the cool club. That's her wanting to be able to sit at the table. Says nothing about him because he could be a piece of shit, but it says everything about her because she allows herself to be subjected to being with a nigga who's a piece of shit just because she wants to be able to say that. Now, we're not talking about all women in general. So everybody who's like, oh, not me, not me, not me. We're talking about her specifically because we're talking about this specific case. And don't be fooled. This specific case is society. This isn't a one-off. She's actually probably the majority where the women who are like, I want him because of how he treats me has become the minority.
You got more? That's your thought.
That's it.
That was a abrupt ending. Okay, for anybody who's just joining us, I'm gonna play this again because I just want to make sure I understand that people come into this thing at different times. So listen to this real quick, and then I'll give my thoughts on it.
If a man loves me more, if he's too nice, it's not sweet no more.
Exactly. Facts.
But
Facts.
that's true, Fairs.
He's smart.
But it's not, loving doesn't have to necessarily associate itself with being nice. Like, you can love me more,
I'm not too nice.
but you're not ever too nice.
Mm.
I can love you just as much as you love me, but as long as you love me just a little more than I love you, we'll always be good. Because then I'm what's the word? That reassurance that I need, I always got it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm like, I'm straight. I love you.
Okay. I almost don't know where to start with this. I remember when you sent it to me, I really wanted to get into it right away, and I couldn't. Rich, this is the most asinine, backwards, ridiculous thing I have ever heard. This woman, like, I think it's borderline. And I gotta watch my words because I understand, like I don't want to get us canceled, and I don't want people like. It is the level of stupidity in her statement rises so high. It literally eclipses. I mean, and people move and say and think very, very stupid in 2023, but this eclipses it all. She said, if a man is too nice, it almost takes away from how she feels about him. And then the host, a guy, was in the background around screaming facts, facts, word. Yo, how old are you? Like, who are these people? Me and you both. And you know, truth be told, Rich, I feel sorry for young women and young men who are getting their life cues and they're getting their life positions on how they treat women and how they treat men and what does it mean, you know, when a man does this or a man does, like, if you're getting your cues from people like this, if you're getting relationship direction from people, like, we are all screwed. Our kids are screwed. Me and you have had this talk a million times, and women come to the table all the time. I'm a strong black woman. I am college educated, and I don't need no man to pay no bills, and I'm this and I'm that. Nigga, you not applying for no job? Like, don't give me your job resume. I'm not trying to hire you. I'm trying to be with you. And the number one thing me and you talk about all the time, what a man really is looking for, I want somebody nice. Give me somebody pleasant. Give me somebody that when I come home, I feel like whatever was happening in my world all day, looking at you just made all that go away. Because you are that soft spot. You are that person that makes me smile. You are that person that makes me forget that my boss is a dick, that I hate my job, that we live in this neighborhood and I can't afford to get you up out of here. I want somebody nice. I want somebody who's a nurturer. I want somebody who can communicate and is pleasant to talk to. You're telling me that if I am too nice to you, it takes away from how you feel about me? I'm dumbfounded. I'm shocked that this is. I'm dumbfounded and shocked that a woman would say that, number one, and that this idiot host or dude who was talking to her is like, yeah, facts. It's like, I want to be nice to my woman. I do. Like, I want to be in a no stress relationship. I don't want the stress. I got enough stress in my life from every other place. Why would I want to be in a relationship where I can't be too nice to you? Because if I'm being too nice to you, you don't respect me no more. You look at me like I'm a simp. I'm a sucker. Instead of understanding that in the streets and in the world, I'm not to be effed with. I have respect across the board outside of these doors. But you are the person that brings out the best in me, and I want to show it to you as often as I possibly can. Why would you want me to treat you like I treat every other nigga, every other woman, every other person outside of these doors? And then if I do treat you like that, then it's toxic masculinity. Then it's this nigga got problems. He's confrontational. He's aggressive. He's this. He's that. Like, come on, man. Like, I would think, yo, any woman who knows her man, and especially if she got a real one, a thorough dude, but he be loving on her, he overly nice to her, but he can go out in them streets and damn near don't even speak to half the people. He got opinions on this one, that one, and that one. But with her, she bring out the best side of him. Why wouldn't you look at that as, yo, I got a man that love me to death. I know the way he treat everybody else. But this nigga be loving on me in a way I didn't even know was possible based on before we ever got together. I saw the way he treated her. I saw the way he treated him. I saw the way people gave him respect. Like, why wouldn't you want this dude treating you like you the apple of his eye? I'm gonna tell y'all and I'm gonna leave it here. I don't know about nobody else. I know about Sean. But I know when I speak for 1,000 niggas, 1,000,000 niggas. Nigga don't care about your degree. A nigga don't care about how much money you make. A nigga don't care about your BBL. He don't care about none of it. Like, he don't care that you got a law degree. He don't care about Esquire behind you. He can't. Are you a nice person? Or are you nice? Like, are you pleasant to talk to? Can you love me and make me feel special? Make me feel like I'm Barack Obama. Make me feel like I am a celebrity. Make me feel like in a room of 1,000 hard dicks, you don't see near one of them. You locked in on me. That's what men want. You think that in the return, a woman is like, yo, if you too nice to me, it takes away. This woman is out. She is out of her mind. That's the most asinine, dumb statement I've ever heard. And I hope women, y'all don't think like that, because it takes it. Rich said it best, and I'll pass it back to you, Rich. It's a reflection on you. It's a reflection on that woman. But if you think like that, it's a reflection on you. It's not a reflection on the dude. But that's my rant.
And that was a mouthful. You said a lot there, and I agree with every single word you said. But what I will say is this. Women are in such a place these days where they feel like the priorities of relationship are so fucking skewed in 2023. The relationships are based on the outside looking in instead of the inside looking out. When it's you and your man, it's you and your man against the world. That's where Bonnie and Clyde and all this other fucking shit comes from. But now it's like, what do people see when they see our relationship? You're absolutely right. Because the most important thing is how somebody treats you. But that's not what's important to people anymore. It's not what's important to people anymore. That nigga could treat you like shit, but if you drive the right car and wear the right clothes and go to the right restaurants and hang out at the right clubs, that shit is more important than how a nigga treats you. That's crazy.
It's insane.
That you're so competitive with your other women that you are willing to subject yourself to the bullshit of being in a random whack ass, not love, treated like shit, secondary relationship just because you want the outside world to acknowledge what you got, regardless of how that nigga treats you behind closed doors. Regardless. And that's a fucking sad state of affairs, man. It's a sad state of affairs. If a nigga show you too much love, he's a simp. He's a simp. You said it. He's a simp. This nigga call me too much. This nigga be in my face too much. You know what that implies? And this is the fucking epiphany I just had. That implies, nigga, you not in demand. If you got this much time to be in my fucking face, that means that ain't nobody else checking for you.
Damn.
And if ain't nobody else checking
hold on, Rich.
I don't want you.
Hold on. Nigga, I don't want you to skate over what you just said. My God, whoa. You said if you got this much time to call me, it means you are not in demand. Damn, that's a heavy statement. And because you ain't in demand, I don't want you. My God, whoa. Like, I hope y'all caught that one. That was heavy.
Think about it for a second. The nigga who out here, who's the fucking 1% that everybody talks about now, is the one that's in demand. So if you out here and you actually are showing a woman her worth, and you're showing a woman the time that she deserves, and you want to be in her face, she looks down upon that. She looks at you like you a simp, and that's a sad state of affairs, bro. Because like I said, it shows that, nigga, you got too much time. You know how many times I've heard somebody say that, Sean? I'm not just pulling this shit out of the fucking atmosphere. I'm actually
Said what?
I've heard women say, yo, this nigga's in my face. Yo, this nigga in my face all day long. This nigga call me too much. This nigga all in my shit. Like, this nigga, like, yo, come on, man. Like, this, like, nigga, what you got going on? Why you got this much time to hang up? Like, this nigga be trying to be around me all day, all night. I'm not interested in that. So let's just take it for what it's worth. A nigga's trying to show you you are the fucking apple of his eye, the light to his lantern, and you're literally telling him, your homeboy, like, fall back, nigga, you pressing me, you're thirsty. Nigga, this nigga's thirsty. So now, what happens? How does that work in the big scheme of life? It works like this. Now this nigga is being treated like shit for being the good guy. And you out here chasing the nigga who got 50,000 of them who look just like you and want to be just like you. And that's where we are in 23. And it's not, and people are gonna sit here and they're gonna say, nah. But if you really give it some thought and you really think about it, that's why niggas like Future thrive. That's like women like Lori thrive. That's like women like all these niggas that's out here doing what they do and actually publicizing how they move. They're winning because they're showing the world they're in demand. Richie Dallas can go on TV, and if he fucks 30 girls, he doesn't have a problem getting 31.
Whew. Damn, Rich.
He doesn't have a problem, Sean, because they're not looking at it like, oh, I don't want this nigga. He treat bitches bad, or he a piece of shit, or they're looking at it like, shorty liked him. This nigga is Nicki Minaj's ex, so he gotta be that nigga. This nigga dated such and such, so he gotta be that nigga. He gotta be him. Fuck how he treat me. He gotta be him. You dating me off the fact that I dated her. What the fuck does that say about you? I'm gonna repeat that, and then we can move on. You fuck with me because I fuck with her. Now, what does that say about you? Come on, bro. But if I was on TV simping out, if I was acting like a simp, if I was in the club and I was just wanting to be a good dude, and I just wanted to be like, yo, and everybody looked at Richie like, oh, he a simp. You would be a simp on TV. You would be a simp in the club. You would be a simp in your city if the word got out that you was A, B, C, and D, or you was a sucker, or you was blowing shorty phone up. You would be looked at as this stalker nigga. When in reality, you're just trying to be a good dude. So now why should we be good dudes? So now what's the motivation for being a good dude? So now what does being a good dude get you? Other than disrespected, other than looked at less than, emasculated, because they looking at you like you less than. There's no way you could be popping out here, nigga. There's no way you could be out here popping if you ain't doing A, B, C, and D. And this is the criteria for what popping is. So if you ain't doing A, B, C, and D, if you ain't blah, 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 driving, then you ain't popping. When in reality, why do you want a nigga who's popping? You should want a nigga who's popping to you, who treats you like you popping. You should want a nigga who treats you like you popping. But instead, you want to chase behind a nigga who treats you like shit because he popping. Man, move on, Sean. We can have this conversation all night.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something, Rich. Yo, you spitting. Good Lord, like you on one tonight. Like, Rich, I don't know what you was doing before the show started, but you definitely in your bag right now. You dropping so many gems. You talk like you got hip hop quotables tonight, kid.
Yo,
Good job.
my
Good
man. But,
job. Good job. But
yo,
here's
because this shit,
the
because
crazy thing.
I'm on my Richie D tonight, Sean, because I got the shirt on, but motherfuckers will talk shit about Creep Squad all day long. But when I walk down the street, you know what motherfuckers yell and scream? Creep Squad! Creep Squad! My nigga! Yo, you that. Bitches be like, yo, you got that. But if I had on a shirt that says, I'm the good guy, I love women, I want to treat you like a queen, I'd be the corniest nigga in the whole wide world. If I wore a shirt that says, I just want to treat you like a queen, I'd be the biggest simp in the world. Niggas would be I'd be on the stage, be like, yo, this clown ass nigga. This nigga's a cornball. Nobody wants you, bro. Just saying, man. It's the world we live in, my guy.
I'm gonna say one thing and we switch topics, but it's so bananas to me because you would think as a woman, and women are just most women, by nature they're jealous. By nature they're territorial. You would think that they would want somebody that every other woman don't want. Like, I got you all of myself. I damn near ain't even gotta worry because don't nobody want you anyway. So I don't have to be stressed. I ain't gotta be checking your phone. I ain't gotta be worrying about where you at when you say I'm gonna be home a little late tonight. You would think that on top of I want a man who treats me nice, give me somebody that don't nobody else want. Because I know I got you to myself. And listening to you, I'm sitting here dying because it's just the opposite. And that's where the stress comes from. Because you get what you want and you spend all day fighting. You spend all day on the phone with your girlfriend because this nigga, you can't believe not a word he say. His phone is blowing up. When he come in, he's turning it on, putting it on silent, or he's turning it off. He'll have a fit, God forbid, if that phone go off and a certain number come up. Like, if you touch his phone, the nigga has, like, you would think that these girls would be like, I don't want that. I don't want, like, you can have him, sister, that he's for you. I don't want that. And it's just crazy to me to think that, you know, the good guy, somebody, if he treat me, to quote that woman, if he treats me too nice, I don't want him. You ain't got to do all that. Like, get out of here.
The last thing,
All
one
right,
more thing.
Go ahead.
Women internalize, Sean. That's all it is. Women internalize. So their man and his popularity is a direct relation upon who they are. That's all. So if a nigga phone ain't ringing and don't nobody want him, they look in the mirror and say, what's wrong with me that nobody want my nigga? Why am I stuck with this bum ass nigga that nobody want? What does that say about me?
That is the most stupidest thing I've ever heard, man. Oh man, ladies, please tell me that ain't real, please.
Yo, if y'all want to dispute what I'm saying to you, please, I would love to have this debate.
Yeah, like when we open the phone lines up, please address this one right here, because I ain't nowhere in the world I want to believe that.
Find me the woman who don't look in the mirror and be like, my nigga phone dry. This nigga home every night at 6 o'clock. This nigga ain't never. This nigga want to go out with me he want to go out with me. He leave his phone upside down. I can see the motherfucker ring. All the shit that niggas do, they turn their shit upside down. I got him. I got that guy that leaves his phone and goes to the bathroom. His shit ain't got no lock. His shit ain't nothing. What the fuck is wrong with this nigga? This nigga is an unwanted piece of shit. Nobody wants this nigga. So now why should I want him? Fuck the fact that he treat me good and the nigga buy me things and he love me to death. Why do I want this fucking nigga that nobody else wants?
Yo, I'm about to run up out of here, Rich. Cut it out.
Man, shit.
hold on. Some homeboy goes to the bathroom and leave his phone there right side up.
Right
She got a
side
problem with it.
up. If the motherfucker ring, you see names, you see everything. The nigga in the bathroom taking his shit, he ain't like, baby, bring me my phone. Nigga ain't running back in there with his ass out talking about I forgot this or nothing. The nigga just sitting down in the toilet taking his shit and he just enjoying life because he knows ain't nothing finna happen. And you looking at that phone like, this nigga got this shit out here. He ain't come back out here naked. Talk about where my phone at. Went into the grocery store and left his phone in the car on the charger and the whole shit. And not once came back out and was like, oh, by the way, give me that. You don't want him. Y'all don't want him. Just keep it 100. Just keep it 100 with me. Y'all don't want him. Y'all don't want him. If a nigga not turning his phone upside down in the restaurant, if a nigga not saying, oh, I forgot that, give me that, pass me that, you don't want him. Because y'all looking at him like, this nigga is dry. This nigga ain't got nothing shaking. And I don't want nothing that this nigga ain't got nothing shaking. So you know what? Give me future. Give me future.
Yo. All right. Yo, please, ladies, when y'all call in tonight, I gotta hear your thoughts on this one. You said this nigga dry.
I'm seeing a bunch of people that are saying lies, that ain't right, that's true, that ain't right, Richie. Yo, if y'all disagree with me, I would love to hear you. I would love to hear your perspective. I would love to hear what you have to say. Because in my mind, you can't tell me differently. So I would love to have a debate. I would love to debate somebody who could give me a perspective that I'm not, because I'm almost to the point where I am losing faith in the institution. And if somebody can talk to me tonight on this chat and be like, yo, Rich, this is what it is. This is what I would be so happy. I was not even confrontational. I want to be wrong. Please make me wrong.
Okay. Let me throw one more thing at you before we open the phone lines up. You got me cracking up, man. A woman called in last week. I don't know if you remember. She just made me. I said we gotta have a deeper discussion about what she was going through. Long story short, and I don't know if I have my facts right, but it was something to the effect that she had been with her man off and on or whatever for 21 years, some crazy number like that. She moved on. They broke up for 4 years. And then he was trying to get back at her. And she was confused. Should she take him back? And she actually was in a relationship with a good dude. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. That woman? So the question I want to pose to you is, should men or women give their exes another shot? When or if should a person actually consider going back to that thing that they left some time ago? Is it wise? Is it unwise? Should you go back to that person that you used to be with, and now they want you back, and you're actually considering it? When or if you should do it?
Okay. My opinion to this is not an every size fits all. Because like we always say on this chat, that relationships are based on timing. A lot of it is based on timing. So if you meet a nigga who's not in that place, but you are, and you bump into him 3 years, 4 years later, he could be in a whole different place. He could be a whole different person. Now, with that being said, the fact that you've moved on means it didn't work. The fact that you've moved on means it didn't work. Now, if the stars align, and I use that word loosely, if the stars align and you're single and you bump into dude and he seems like he's different, he seems like he's moving different, the way, even the nuance, it's not about the big stuff, it's the nuance stuff that gets you to be in a place where, well, maybe he's different. Because the big stuff is what everybody acknowledges the big stuff. Oh, he doesn't do this anymore. Oh, he doesn't go out every night. Oh, da. No, it's the nuanced stuff. Does he take his phone to the bathroom? Does he do all the little things that we talk about all the time that will lead somebody to be trustworthy? If that dude is in that place and you guys have actually separated on good terms and you don't like, it really is up to you to decide where you are in your life. The issue I had with last week was that Shorty was shitting on a good dude for a nigga who treated her like shit. That ain't nothing but karma. And the nigga wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary to show you that he wanted to be different. He was just showing you that he just missed his old thing. He wanted to beat a couple of times. And in a month or two, he'd go right back to being who. You didn't put this nigga through the ringer. You didn't give this nigga no new rules and regulations that he needed to abide by to come back into your life. You just were so hung up on him that you're hoping that it works out now, without actually doing the work to decide if it could possibly work out now. There's a huge difference. There's a huge difference between a woman who says, well, I hope it can work out now. He seems like he's changed, or a woman making you show that you've changed. Because if your woman makes you show that you've changed, chances are if you haven't, you're going to be like, man, fuck it, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. But if she just wants you to change because she wants you to have changed, now she's just letting you back in and essentially allowing you to be the same person that you were before. Just lip service, just saying, oh, I've changed, baby. Oh, you're the only thing for me. Nigga, what have you done to show me that? Show me some work. You fucked up before. So now you got to work your way back into this relationship. And if I'm just okay with you coming back because you said you changed, chances are you want to smash, and in a month or two, you'll go back. It's just like a kid. You don't punish your child. He's going to do the same thing again. Nigga bring home, nigga don't do the dishes, and you just be like, Pop, you didn't do the dishes yesterday. And he's like, oh, my bad, I got him next time. And you just like, all right, man, next time. That nigga's not going to respect you to do the dishes next time. You got to show him that, yo, if you are not about this dishes life, then nigga, there are consequences. So now you're on punishment. And if you accept your punishment, then I might be able to fuck with you and accept you back. I might be able to be cool with that. But if you're just looking at me like, yo, no, I don't want to prove that I've done anything to change. I'm just take my word for it. If you don't want to take my word for it, fuck you. How the hell you take him back? And that's what Shorty last week seemed like she was doing to me.
Before I give my thoughts, we're gonna open up the phone lines right after this. So if it's your first time joining us, or if you join us week over week, this is the opportunity that we allow callers to jump in and allow your voice, your concerns, your questions to be heard and answered. So if you're planning on getting in on tonight's conversation, after matter of fact, now is the time. But we will let you in after I give my thoughts on this. We got some basic rules. You must be in a well-lit location. We do not speak to empty screens. So if you are not presentable, you don't have your makeup on, you're wearing a bonnet, your hair's not done, and you don't feel like being on camera, please do not hit that plus button. We don't speak to empty screens. You must be in a location where there is really good Wi-Fi or really good cellular service. And lastly, we speak about a lot of things on this show. So if you want to comment or share your thoughts on it, it's very welcome to speak on anything that we spoke on previously. But we do use this time to help people who have questions, that are going through things, and they want to get a male's perspective. So please, no matter what it is that you want to share in terms of your thoughts, have a question, because your question may help somebody else. And by us letting you in, we are taking away from somebody who might truly have an unrelated question, but something that they really need answers from us. So, the question for anybody who just got in, you know, is should you consider reconnecting or getting back with a past lover that you were in a relationship with years ago? Rich, you started it out perfectly. You said this is one of those things where it's not a one size fit all. So anything that I say, understand that this is not a one size fit all. It's not a, I don't make, we're not here to make statements that apply to every single situation. But one of my, Sean's pet peeves, one of my issues, especially since doing the boys club, 90% of the women who call in that are in bad relationships or broken up, are thinking about getting back with their man, or thinking about breaking up with their man, they always leave by saying, we have been together for X amount of years. That is the first thing that comes out of every, like, it drives me literally insane, because somehow, some way, you being together for X amount of years should validate you staying or making a decision to stay, or it should in some way impact how we respond to you about your situation. I don't care, and neither should you. If you've been together with a nigga for 10 years and nine and a half of them years been bad, who gives a crap? Like you're not impressing nobody. That should not even, that should play minimal role in your decision to stay or to leave. But in terms of reconnecting with somebody, it's like I told that woman last week, the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. And when you are seriously thinking about, should I give this man another chance? The first question I asked that woman last week was, is he showing you anything different? Is he doing anything different than he did before y'all broke up? And she said, no. I was actually stunned. She said he's the same person. He's showing me no different. And I bring up the time portion of this, like we've been together for X amount of years, because women tend to make these types of decisions based on emotion and based on, I love this man. And that's loved with a D, because I don't even believe the woman who called in last week still loves currently this man. It's just finally he's coming back into the situation, and in her head, she might get the man that she's always wanted him to be. Meanwhile, a nigga ain't showing her 1 ounce of change. So I can't tell anybody as a blanket statement, don't take your ex back. It ain't worth entertaining that conversation. But what I can say is treat it like a new situation. Damn near erase the fact that y'all got history. Damn near erase the fact that you ever had any emotions for this human being. Because then you can assess them without feelings being involved. You can look at this person as somebody you just met, and you're able to give a unbiased opinion on, should I take a chance with this person? I think it's dangerous when emotions are in the way of reality. That person can say all they want, I've changed, but they got to show that's talk is talk, but that is something that has to be shown over time. But guess what?
What's up, y'all? So my apologies for that. We're gonna get Prez back in to finish his thought, but apparently I'm still shadow banned, so my Instagram only gives me an hour at a time as opposed to the 4 hours that we were supposed to get. So yeah, we're gonna get Prez back in here immediately, and we can get this thing started. Sorry about that, guys. Sean, where you at? And if y'all want to get in the chat, please hit the button now. My bad, yo. You know, it's that hour thing.
Okay, I'll make it quick. Well, I got to put it out there for anybody who's just going to watch this, because this will be the beginning for them. This is part 2, second hour of the Boys Club. The question that we raised is, should you reconnect? When should you reconnect with an ex after you've been apart for some time? Is it worth reconciliation, or should you keep it moving? I'm not going to say all that I said on segment 1, but what I will say, Rich, is, you know, your ex is your ex for a reason. If things was good, if things was on point, it wouldn't be ex. It would just be my man. So when your ex comes back into your life, you should, it's your duty, it's your obligation to remember why this is your ex in the first place. Now that don't mean that your ex can't change. People grow, people mature, and they change. But I also want you to keep in mind yourself. Just as he has changed, you've changed. This man put me through whatever he put me through. I got 2, 3, 4 years of crying, of going through emotional turmoil and learning to trust again, and being in a place where I can get back out there and talk and put myself back out there. You've changed. And just because this guy has changed, it doesn't mean that who you are now is worth. Who you are now is in alignment with who he is now. Even if he is a good person, even if he's showing you that I'm willing to do all the different things that I wasn't willing to do years ago. Because you understand, this man has a way of hurting, like just by virtue of who he is to you and what you guys had together, he has the potential to hurt you deeper than any new man coming into your space, into your relationship. And that's something that you have, even if maybe he never will hurt you again, but you got to keep in mind that the potential for him to cut you deeper based on what you feel for him is greater than a new guy that just walked into your life. Absolutely. So there's a lot of variables that I would say any woman should take into consideration before opening up their heart. But I would make my decision based on me and this guy been together since we was 18. If the nigga been a dick, a knucklehead, a cheater, if he been a liar, if he been in and out of jail, if he can't hold a job, if he wasn't a good father to your kid, who cares how long you been together? None of that, like, come on. But when reconsidering, treat him like he's new. Treat it like it's somebody new walking into your life, and judge him based on not the feelings you had for him at 18, 19, 25, whenever y'all was together, but the woman that you are today, the woman you are right now, the standards that you hold men to based on how this nigga treated you in the past. Judge him based on that. And if he rises to that occasion, If he rises to those standards, then by all means, give him a shot. But I think basing your decision based on what y'all had and making it about emotions, I think is the most dangerous, reckless, careless thing that you can do. So it's not a one-size-fit-all answer, but I definitely think that under no circumstance would I rush back into a situation with any ex, because truth be told, they're your ex for a reason. It's just that simple. And remember, start from that place. Why do I refer to you as my ex? And take it from there. But let's let some callers in, Rich.
All right, so once again, guys, Sean already gave you the rules in the last hour, but real quick synopsis. Boom. Lighting, Wi-Fi, question. Come on, let's do this the right way tonight. If you want to get in, please hit the plus button inside of the video camera at the bottom of your screen. We can get into the conversation. If you have anything that you want to speak on in regards to what we've already spoke about, if you have questions in regards to what we've already spoke about, or if you just have genuine questions about your relationship and how you looking for some male advice, we're here for you. Let's get it popping. All right. I ride for myself, Don Diva bitch. I feel like she's been in here before. So I'm just starting at the top.
That's our girl from the Bronx.
Yep. So I'm starting at the top. If y'all want to get in, there she go. Smoking that weed. There she go. She back, Sean. She back.
Hey y'all.
She back.
Whatever.
Y'all? It's Diva from the Bronx.
What's good, man?
Nothing. I'm on my break. I was at work.
Okay.
I'm on my break though, but I came in here. I didn't catch the first part because I was at work, but Sean rekindled a little bit. And I don't have a question, but I want to elaborate off of what you said, Sean, because your ex is your ex for a reason. Like, why would you move backwards? Like, you should just be moving forward. And it's always good in the beginning, whether it was your ex, whether it's a new guy or a female, whatever. It's always good in the beginning. But then dealing with your ex, you're going to remember why that him or her is your ex after a while. Like you said, Sean, they would have the potential to hurt you even deeper than what they did before. Like, so, yeah, it'll be a good thing in the beginning because I have, like, rekindled with exes a few times or whatever. But then I realized, like, oh, yeah, so that's why I don't fuck with you no more. Deuces. Like, for real. Like, that's serious. And I guess it'll be, like, a vulnerable moment for me to, like, go back to ex or whatever, but yeah, I need like growing, like because like you said, Sean, you growing. No, I'm moving forward. That was in the past, and move around. Like, leave me alone.
All right. So can I ask a question?
Yes.
I'm just reading the comments. Everyone wants to know where you work, that you are smoking weed on your break.
Don't worry about that. I got my uniform, boy. They ain't got to worry about that. I ain't worried about y'all.
You are actually at work and smoking weed on your break.
Oh, I'm in my house. I'm home on my break.
She just said I'm at work. What did she just say, Sean? She said I'm on my break.
Yes, I'm on my break. I work down the block. What the hell? I work in walking distance from my house. Down the block? Yeah. Oh, okay. I work in walking distance from my house.
Got you.
Well, I'm glad you checking out the boys club on your break.
Definitely. I always show love because y'all show me love. Reciprocation.
There you go.
I love that. Where's the ripples?
No, I'm at work. I'm working today.
All right, I'm just making sure.
Smoking on the break though.
Okay.
Word.
All right, man.
Thank you, y'all. See y'all next week.
Later. Hilarious.
She's the best, yo.
That's BX in the building. Diva, Dawn Diva, Boogie Down Bronx in the building. I love it. Who we got next?
I just clicked on somebody. What happened? If y'all looking to get into the conversation, Kimar Cowley. If you're looking to get into the conversation, please hit the plus button.
I would love to hear some of the thoughts on some of that stuff we was talking about earlier, though, Rich. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah, and like when you was like, what was we talking about? You was like, yo, you chicks don't want a dude who
Who
ain't
treats
in
them good.
demand.
Chicks don't want a dude who treats them good, because I think it says more about the chick than it does about the act. I think it says more about the woman. The women feel like it says more about them than it does about the relationship. Why am I in a relationship with him? Who am I in a relationship with? What's good, mama? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, my name is Kelly. I've called before. I wanted to say something to you about your comment when you stated that we could have, like, the guy could be quirky. He could be, don't nobody want him, we don't want him. That's not true for everybody.
Hold on. Where are you from, Kelly?
New Jersey.
Okay, nice to meet you, Kelly. Welcome back to the show. And I don't remember which one of us made that comment.
Rich made that comment. I think he was saying it jokingly, like, y'all don't want the guy that, he don't do this. If his cell phone is up on the bed and he don't ask for it, but that's not true. That's not true. I said in the comments, give me the ugly guy, because if don't nobody want him, I'll take him. Thank you. If he gonna treat me good.
And I understand that. And I understand that there are women out there who want to be treated good. They want a man to treat them good. And the superficial and the aesthetics is not the most important thing in a relationship. And the status is not the but when I speak, I'm not speaking for the minority. Because I know, there's somebody for everybody, right? Mm-hmm. So there's gonna be a woman who's always going to be in this comment section, going to be like, well, that ain't me. I'm different. I want the dude that's going to treat me like a queen and shit like that. We're speaking about 2023 relationship, the way people treat people today. And I'm not even talking about older versus younger. I'm just talking about
in general. Right.
In general.
And see, this
status
is where...
is way more, status today is way more important than the way you're being treated. What's indicative of that is the fact that women come in here every week and tell us how shitty a dude treats them. But they still with him.
Let me ask you something, Miss Kelly. Are you currently in a relationship?
Yes, I am.
You're in a relationship now. Does he treat you the way you want to be treated?
Yes.
Is he an ugly guy?
No, actually, he's not. So, I
Yeah,
just looked up this time.
Hold on. I didn't hear your answer.
No, I said no. Actually, he's not. I looked up this time. I'm doing better.
Kelly?
Now he looks like he could be in the family.
Kelly? Kelly?
Yes.
All right, so let me just ask you a real question. Let's talk about your last one.
No.
Why'd you break up with your last two?
We had this. Okay, the last two. So I was in a marriage. He chose to be with somebody else. That's fine. And I dated, but the dates, everybody was missing something, or I kept attracting men that thought it was okay to cheat, and it's just like, that's not what I want for myself. So what am I attracting? What's in me that's saying?
Stay there for a second. Stay there. Mm-hmm. Were you in a relationship with any of those guys that thought it was okay to cheat?
Yes.
Okay, so let's stop here for a second. I'm only going down this road because I want to see if what you're saying is real. Meaning, I want somebody. Give me the ugly guy. Give me the dude who nobody else wants. It seems like you have grown to that. Opposed. Just let me get my thought out, and then you can say the guys that thought it was okay to cheat, were they men that every other girl wanted? And now that you got who you got, you have grown to this? Because if that's the case, then you're proving Rich's point.
No, actually, I started out dating. If you showed an interest in me and I liked you and there was a connection, I went off the connection, the vibe, and the feeling, because I was raised by a Southern grandmother who, you know, her husband died, dropped dead at 42. She had to raise 6 boys. You see what I'm saying? Like, she had values and had to put values into us. My mother put values into us. And I'm going to say that the look department wasn't important for me. Now, on my list of, you know, what I want in the next one, this is where I started to be very specific, but I never put down looks, because there are people out here that have conditions that have, they have all sorts of things that have happened to them physically, and physically they're not aesthetic to the eye. They're not, you know, that's not somebody you would look at, but you got to sometimes see what's inside of somebody. And that's why I go off I'm still going off feel. But
you're still going off feeling. Yeah, I'm just, again, I'm just wondering, did you grow to this place based on past relationships? So when you say, no, I want somebody who nobody else want, or if it's, you know, once upon a time, I was that girl who wanted somebody that looked good, that everybody else want, but those guys came with problems.
So I've dated both. I've dated really good looking. I've dated, I'm going to say ugly. Well, medium ugly. My daughter told me say medium ugly, mommy. So I dated the medium ugly guys, you know. So, but I've dated both.
Okay. And your man is on the ugly side.
Can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Kelly.
Okay.
Okay, good. Because I'm sure he's following you, watching this right now. Like, I can't wait for her to get off this stage. But thanks for calling in, Kelly.
Right, but I think it comes from what you're instilling in yourself and how you're looking at yourself and what you want to attract. So, all right.
Well, I mean, I hope to God that Rich is wrong. I hope to God that women are not judging or validating themselves based on the man that they get. Mm-hmm. But, you know, who knows? But we appreciate you calling in, Kelly.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, Kelly.
Shout to Kelly from New Jersey. Appreciate you, girl.
All right. Louis McGee. I guess we'll take a dude. He's next on the list. If you want to get into the conversation, please hit the plus button at the bottom. And what happened? Was he in, or was that me dismissing Kelly?
No, he came in and he bounced up out of there. So I don't know. Maybe you cut him off by accident, or maybe he just didn't want to be there. I don't know.
All right, something's going on. If y'all want to get into the conversation, please hit the plus button at the bottom of the screen inside the camera. Oh, he was not decent. People like he was not decent.
You said what?
People saying he was not decent, but I'm trying to let people in, and it's not seeming to let them in. What's her name? Kimar Kali. I don't know, my man. Fred Eddingstone. Fred Eddingstone.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's up, brother? How are you? Fred, where you calling from?
I'm calling from Dallas, Texas.
Okay, Big D. What up, my guy?
Hey man, I was listening to you talk earlier, and I agreed to a lot of stuff you were saying. But you know, at the same time, you did introduce a lot of us guys to the Creep Squad, and wouldn't you say Creep Squad activities help create some of the women that guys are now, including yourself, are complaining about? It's a lot of women that dealt with creeps that gave 100% and got played. You know what I'm saying? And now the experiences that they had with Creep Squad members have now molded how they date and how they operate to where men aren't getting the best versions of themselves due to the fact that they dealt with Creep Squads. So when I hear you talk, I'm like, bro, you right. Ain't nothing you saying wrong, but you, as well as other guys, help create these same women. So as we talk to the women, we also have to talk to the men and be like, bro, don't do the creep stuff I did because I've helped create the problem that we're dealing with today. Not saying you only, but a lot of us guys, just being honest.
Very, very, very good. Very, very, very good. That is dope. That is a dope perspective. I cannot, listen, I am not fin to argue with you. My argument doesn't lie with the background.
Uh-huh.
My argument lies with what makes things popular. I say this all the time. Women have the ability to make things popular. The reason that men do the things that they do, and this is almost to the most minuscule to the biggest thing. Men buy bottles because of women. Men drive cars because of women. Men buy jewelry because of women. Men support $1,000 t-shirts because of women. Men do the things that they do because of women. So if women, regardless of past relationships, if women were to make the things that creeps do irreconcilable and they were not buying into those things, then men would no longer do those things. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
So the problem is not that men do them, because men do them because women like for them to do them. You think Rich Dallas has gone through his dating life, or men have gone, Sean Prez or anybody has gone through their dating life and not learned from mistakes and not changed who they are based on what was acceptable? If a man is continuing to do the same things that he did, he should not be successful. If you're doing the same things that were not successful, I will guarantee you that people would change their ways. People would change their ways. So am I going to sit here on this live and tell dudes that, women don't want a good guy, so don't be a good guy? I'm not going to do that. But I will say, if enough dudes have experienced trying to be a good guy, sociologically, if enough dudes have tried to be the good guy and did not succeed and were emasculated and were called a simp and were left for the bad boy, then why would so don't blame it on the Creep Squad. Don't blame it on the creep antics. Blame it on what women accept and what women deem to be the dude that they're looking for. That's the problem.
I think the thing is, what I learned from the Creep Squad is actually to learn how to play in the middle. So you use some of the Creep Squad antics, but you be the nice guy. So a lot of women call me, they'll say, you a nice asshole. Like you literally gotta be a nice asshole. You can't be too nice. You can't be Russell Wilson, but you don't want to be Future either.
Why can't you be Russell Wilson?
you're going to get ran over. You can't. Like, you know, a player once said, no woman wants to do no other women won't. So, therefore, Russell Wilson is cool, but the majority of women still going to want Future. You know what I'm saying? Russell Wilson is that dude that's going to leave his phone face up and go take a dump. But when you play in the middle, even if you don't have nothing going on, still turn your phone face down. Just so in her mind, she can be like, I wonder what he doing. It's crazy, like you said, it's crazy, but you gotta give them something to think about, like maybe he might be doing something, even though he might not be. So you gotta learn how to play in the gray. That's the only way to win today, play in the gray.
I'm gonna let Sean, you got, I know you want to say something to that.
What's your name again?
My name is Fred.
Fred?
Yeah.
Okay, first and foremost, I'm gonna tell you, Fred, I'm very, very impressed with you. I almost hate when men join this live because 90% of the men who join this live are not articulate. Their perspective is so off. It actually makes me disappointed to be part of this live. But I love your perspective. I'm sure, and even the way you worded it, because it could have been taken as a shot at Rich, but you worded it so articulately that he couldn't take it the wrong way, and no man could take it the wrong way. We get it. It's creep squad behavior has lent credence to why women behave the way that they behave, and now we're complaining about it. Y'all two can have that part of the conversation. I won't even jump in on you. Here's where I will jump in at. I don't agree with your statement about playing in the gray, and I'm gonna tell you why. I don't think in relationships games should be played, period. I am a firm believer in, like, one of the biggest turnoffs for Sean is chicks who play games, period. Like it's some women out there who if you text them, then they'll text you back. But if they text you, and I don't have an iPhone, but I know y'all, what is it, green and blue or green and gray? Like if it's on their color and they're the last one to text, they will ask every one of their girlfriends, what should I do? Knowing damn well they want to hit you again, like, yo, did you get the text? But they won't hit you and do what's really in their heart to do because they're playing games. Nigga, don't play games. I don't play games. And like the reason that Sean's relationship was, I don't play games. I don't. I think games are for kids. I think like all that playing in the gray crap. If we gotta do that, I don't want in. I don't. Yo, I'm gonna give you me, and I'm gonna give you the best version of me. You take it, you leave it. Give me the best version of you. I take it, I leave it. But one thing we not gonna do, one thing I'm not gonna do is be sitting in my house playing a game with the person that I'm supposed to be, the person I'm sharing a bed with. So I think that is truly why so many relationships fail. I think that women who haven't matured enough to come to a point that, yo, I'm like I'm a grown woman. What do I look like talking to everybody about the problems I have with this man and not talking to the man himself? And I think for the nigga who gotta go the extra mile to prove that he is in demand, or he ain't that serious about you, or he is somebody that can up and leave at any time, but he really wants to be with that. Get out of here with that. I'm gonna give you 100%, give me 100%, and we live happily ever after. And if you're not mature enough, or I'm not mature enough to do that, you the wrong person for me and I'm the wrong person for you. That's just my choice.
This is the thing, right? You're speaking and you're making a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Everything you're saying makes a lot of sense to somebody with good sense. Unfortunately, as we saw with the conversation that went viral last week with the bus driver situation, a lot of these women don't have good sense. So, unfortunately, you got to start out playing the game.
Hell no. You don't.
I understand, but you don't know who you dealing with until you start dealing with it. Another thing, like Rich said, and bro, you can't. If you be the good guy up front, you answer every call. You text first every morning. You send that good morning text. I'm thinking after a while you thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Now you know what I hear all the time? A lot of women say, he was a great guy, but he just wasn't a guy for me. He was just a little bit too good. It was just something about him that wasn't right. He did everything right. He was just, I done heard women say, I can't deal with a man that don't get drunk. I need to see how he acts when he's drunk. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women say that. Like, bro, you speaking with good sense. Unfortunately, good sense is few and far between these days. So no man really want to play games. We really don't. But unfortunately, you got to play the game. You got to.
I'm gonna tell you something, Fred. You don't have to. You are articulate. You clearly are a mature brother, but you don't have to. I don't want to sit on this live and act like I'm some flower, but my girl ain't got a. And she probably jumping on this live. She ain't got a. She never got roses, never got flowers. I don't do that. That ain't Sean. I'm a dude. I'm not gonna call 50 times a day. It ain't Sean. Rich worked with me for years. I am a man's man. He will tell you. But this is who I am. Either you gonna love this, and I'm gonna give you the best version of me, or you just not right for me, and I'm not right for you. But I don't agree. To me, I would tell this to any woman out there: if you playing games, you're wasted. If you feel the need to play games, number one, you ain't matured enough yet. You need to grow up. But number two, you not ready for this relationship thing. And it's the same thing for a man. Get that out your head, Fred. I'm with you on everything you said tonight. To me, that is challenging advice, bro. Real talk. I don't believe you. That's half the reason relationships are where they at right now. Too many niggas playing games. Get out of here. No way. And this is not an older Sean talking. This is a young Sean talking. I've been like this my whole life. And if we gotta go through that to be in a sound relationship, then you ain't for me and I ain't for you.
I'm gonna say this. Fred, right? Fred?
Yes, sir.
Fred, I am not mad at you. But I have to agree with Sean. If you can't go into a relationship being yourself, if you go into a relationship and you have to, like, I understand, like, and this is where it gets complicated for me, because I understand what you're saying. What you're saying, essentially what you're saying is, sometimes you got to go into the relationship and save them from themselves. My nigga, listen to that again. Sometimes you got to go into the relationship and save her from herself, because she doesn't want a good guy. So you almost have to go into a relationship pretending that you're not the good guy to get her to let her guard down, so that you can actually be the person that you are. And that is fucking insane. That is fucking insane. Nowhere in this world where you go in and put two wrong feet forward to gain momentum. that's the craziest thing in the world, Sean. And what I have learned is, once you become that person, going back to what Sean, this is where I agree with Sean. Once you go back to that person playing games, then the relationship becomes a game. Then it's like you're not in a place. You fucking with somebody who you really probably shouldn't be with in the first place because you had to play games to get her. So playing games on the left is just like playing games on the right. If you're a good nigga and you gotta pretend to be a bad nigga to get the girl, then you probably don't need to be with that girl. And if you're a bad nigga and you pretended to be a good nigga to get the girl, then like there's too much nonsense involved in all of that deceit for you to actually worry about the relationship itself. But the sad part about it is I can't sit on this fucking live tonight and act like you don't have a fucking genuine point based on relations in 2023.
Exactly.
Sometimes you have to save her from herself. And that's crazy, bro. That is freaking sane.
That's a fact. And hey, I appreciate the work y'all doing, man. Y'all do this every week?
7:30 p.m. Eastern, my man.
All right, cool beans, man. Hey, I appreciate it, man. And yeah, I enjoy the conversation.
Yo,
Now
Fred.
that you know who you are, you're welcome, bro. We appreciate you coming in.
No problem.
Fred.
Yeah. What's up,
Just
son?
giving us space to come back
hold on,
and talk to us again.
Hold on, Rich. I'll be a sucker if I let you go and don't tell you, yo, I don't know where you at. I don't know if that's your crib, but your background with them paintings is sick, kid. Like, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So you definitely got a nice thing going on over there with the paintings.
Hey, it's a part of the game. Gotta have that crib laid out right.
Here we go.
Hi, my God.
Later.
Yo, that's what everybody was That's what everybody was commenting on. Was because everybody, about 15 people I just read was like, yo, his paintings are sick. I couldn't see.
Oh yeah,
them.
his paintings is crazy.
What were they? Some African?
No. He had Biggie. He had a dope one with Tupac and Nipsey Hussle.
Oh,
like
what?
his paintings was sick. Yo, yeah. Like he was sick. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you while we're waiting for the next caller to call in, you know, and I'll stop whenever they come in. But I'm gonna tell you, me and my girl, we always joke, and she think I be playing. God forbid something happen to her, something happen to us, I'm gonna be an alone MFer because.
Hey,
Hold up, where's the baby at? The baby's here.
he's sleeping.
Holy smokes! What up, Noelle?
How are you?
What's good,
We
mama?
chilling.
Yeah,
We-
just
yeah,
told
that-
me washing bottles.
Okay, for the sake of the conversation, tell everybody where you're from and who you are.
My name is Noni, and I'm from the Bronx. And I'm 30 years young.
What up, girl?
What's up, gentlemen?
The last time she checked in, she was about to bust. So clearly, low man touched down.
I did, yeah. Healthy baby boy, 6 pounds, 14 ounces.
Oh shit! Congrats. That's a big boy.
Thank you. Thank
Congrats.
you. He's long, too. Long as shit. Long and skinny like his daddy.
What's good, mama?
Nothing. So let's jump right into it because so I only joined in maybe about like 10 minutes ago, and I caught a lot of what you guys were talking about playing games, right? So I have a question for both of you. Is there any time that playing games is warranted?
Meaning what? Go on. Explain that.
So
Just so we have for everybody.
So sometimes when people are trying to play with you, you gotta play back to let them know that you're not one to be played with.
Can you give us an example?
Okay, an example. My baby father went out, right? He said, I'll see you in a few. Didn't come back until the next day. So when he came back, I handed him the baby and I said, I'll see you in a few. And I didn't come back until late night. So sometimes playing games is warranted.
Sean.
You want me to
Agree or disagree?
take that?
Yeah,
You want me?
you can go first.
Focus.
Okay, I'll wait. Okay, so Noelia, you know I have a special place in my heart for you. You always jump in, you have great conversation, great perspective, and you're from the Bronx. But that is some bull crap you just said. That is like you said you 30 years young, and I agree with you. You 30 years young.
I still got a lot of learning to do.
Yeah, like.
I mean, it wasn't late night. I was gone for maybe 4 hours.
I don't
went to the
care.
store and groceries.
Listen, it's no place in relationship for games.
Right.
Like you could have made your point by speaking your piece, by telling this nigga to go back where he came from. We just had a baby together, and you not man enough to come home at night. And now that you think you're gonna walk into this house, it ain't happening. Go right back to. So you decide to go out. Like, to me, that's immature behavior. You're not going to get the results that you want. I can tell you that as a man. Like while
I
you
mean,
was
tit for
doing
tat is not always my go-to. You know what I mean? But it's like sometimes when you, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Sean, but like sometimes when you act out of emotion, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you in moments like that, and that's just like an example. You know what I mean? And I didn't make the point that I wanted to make because I didn't disappear for as long as he disappeared. You know what I'm saying? Because as a mom, like I couldn't be away from him that long. You know what I mean? So I didn't gain anything from it. But
no, you didn't gain nothing from it. Like, let's keep it 100. Okay, let me just ask you a real question. Where did he tell you he was the night before?
he went to go smoke.
Okay. Where do you think he was the night before? You're a female. Where did you think this man was the night before?
With a friend, probably.
With a female friend or a male friend?
Could have both, really, because.
Okay, the last time you was on this live, you and this dude was kind of not together. So
Right.
clearly y'all kissed and made up. Do y'all live together? You didn't kiss and make up?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay. Are y'all back?
like,
Are you
no,
back
no.
together?
No.
You are not back together.
No.
Then if you're not back together, what was the point of you leaving the house for 4 hours? What would you help me understand that?
Because it's the point that I was trying to get across is like you can't it's like the clock struck midnight and I didn't matter no more. You get what I'm saying? Like Mother's Day is over. The clock struck midnight, I don't matter no more.
No. Answer the question. What was the point of you leaving?
Oh, of me leaving? Well, I mean, I had shit to do. I had to pick up the baby from the older one from school. I had to buy the baby formula. I had to run errands. You know what I'm saying?
Did he know that?
Not until I walked out.
So again, what was the point of you leaving? I understand what you had in your mind to do, but you didn't let him know that. So you were playing games. What did you think was coming out of that? That's what I'm just trying to get to with this question.
So what I was gonna think was coming out of that was like, you know, damn, she just left me with the baby. Like, I don't know when she's gonna be back. You know, like I kind of wanted to put him in my shoes because sometimes you have to put people in your shoes for them to understand where you're coming from, and that clearly didn't work.
Exactly.
You know, I learned my lesson, but I'm saying, I mean, I guess what I gave was a bad example, but I'm not saying if somebody cheats, cheat back. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm not saying if somebody doesn't text you, don't clock the phone and wait. Like, okay, it took him 6 hours and 42 minutes to respond to me. I'm gonna take 12 hours to respond back. But I think like in certain situations, it's warranted to play back.
Okay, I'll say what I have to say, and I'll just point to Rich. It's not warranted. What is warranted is you telling this man everything you just told us. That's what's warranted. If y'all are gonna co-parent, if y'all are gonna get back together, if you if you think under any circumstances you playing games with this man, let me give you a reality check. This man got the upper hand on you, whether you believe it, want to admit it, accept it. You just had a 6-pound, 12-ounce kid come out of your body. This nigga still as skinny, lanky, long, like you called him, as he was the night that he laid down with you. You ain't doing nothing that's making his life didn't change, yours did. So you sitting there playing games, you're on the losing end of those games. And everything that you're telling us, you could have just told him, and if he's not with it, act accordingly.
I mean, if people aren't receptive, you know what I'm saying?
Say that one more time.
So sometimes, a lot of times, I find myself staying quiet about a lot of things because it's like, what's the point of wasting my breath if the person's not gonna be receptive to the conversation? You know what I'm saying? If everything that comes out of my mouth, whether it's a friend, a co-worker, a partner, or ex-partner, if everything that comes out of my mouth they perceive as a personal attack, then what's the point of wasting your breath to have a conversation? You know what I'm saying?
Where you're going is a whole different conversation. If you want to switch, I'm with you. But what I will tell you, it's never good to play games, girl. It just isn't. Now we could switch topics to where you just went. I'm fine with that. But to answer your first question, it is never good to play games. It's not.
So it's never warranted.
No, it isn't. If he want to play games, let him play games by himself. But Rich, you're more than welcome to jump in on this.
I mean, I agree with you. I agree with what you said that, like, yo, listen, to me, you want that man. You listen, hear me out.
I'm listening.
Because
you know you want to.
The things that you're saying are not someone who is ready for co-parenting. The things that you're saying is not someone who is like, go do you and do me, but we're going to share this responsibility. You're trying to do tit for tat because you think that that's going to bring a response. And in your mind, you feel like that response is him showing you he cares as well. You said y'all are not together. That man don't need to come home unless he's coming home to relieve you of marital duties. But if you're home with the kids and he's saying that he's staying out all night, you're hurt because in your mind you're saddled. You're saddled with a newborn, you're saddled with another child, and you can't move the way he moves. So you're resentful of the fact that this nigga's able to move the way he moves, and you aren't able to move that way. So now you want to show him that you can move that way by leaving him with the baby and going away for 4 hours. Meanwhile, when you come home, the nigga's laughing because he knows you didn't do what he did. He knows you got to come back home. He knows you're a responsible parent. He knows you're not finna break night and go run around. So in his mind, what you just attempted to pull off fell on deaf ears because of who you are as a person. He knows who you are as a person. So why keep
Ain't that frustrating though? Isn't that frustrating though? Like I think in this stage in my life, one of the biggest struggles is accepting that not everybody is me. You know what I'm saying?
But you can't allow yourself to get out of your character because you're trying to prove a point to somebody that the reality is this. There's nothing worse than somebody who's trying to prove a point that they can't prove.
Ooh.
There's nothing worse than somebody who tries to hurt me and can't hurt me.
Damn.
You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm going to take solace in knowing you are who you are. And if you've always been responsible, I'm going to take solace in knowing that you're going to be responsible. You're going to come back home. You're not going to do the things that I'm doing. If I don't give a fuck and you give a fuck, I won. I won. There's nothing you can do. If I don't care and you do, I already won, love. There's nothing you can do to me. Because I know you're not going to let it go that far. It's almost like a game of chicken. When you know what chicken is, when the two cars are coming down the road, and at some point somebody got to veer off. But if I don't care about dying, and I know you do care about dying, then I can go full speed ahead and know that at the last minute, you're not going to do that. We're not going to do this. You're going to roll off on the side of the road. I know that.
And that's true.
So I already won. I already won. You trying to get a man to be as angry as you because you have feelings for this nigga that he apparently don't have. He don't have. So you
I wouldn't say I have feelings.
Decide and not care either.
Oh.
This is the only way that this is working. You can tell me and Sean on this live, and you can tell the other 189, 90 people on here that you don't give a shit about him, and that's not what it is. But the reality is, if you hang up this phone, you knew what it was. You know you love that man. You know you care about that man, and you know you want that man to act right. So the things that you're doing, you're not doing them because I don't give a shit. You're doing them because I want to show you that I don't give a shit, and I want you to give a shit. I want you to care that I don't give a shit. I'm going to show you that I don't give a shit, and I want you to care that I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you got a point.
So,
I got a point.
If you're not going to care, don't care. If you're going to care, care. Just be you. Sean, we've been saying I guess this is the theme for the night, is to stop playing games and just be who you are. I guess just by virtue of the conversations that we've had since the beginning of the chat tonight, even with the stuff that we've, the general populational conversation, the theme of tonight is be who you are and don't play no games. Because for what? For what?
Yeah. I mean, y'all set me up. To be honest, y'all set me up. You know, usually I always have something to say, but y'all really set me up tonight. But I think that, you know, moving forward, because I didn't accomplish anything, and I didn't, like, it sucks, bro, when you're not built the way that other people are built. You know how when how I don't know how y'all take betrayal, right? But betrayal never came from an enemy, because you know that your enemy don't fuck with you. So betrayal there was no loyalty owed to you, period. But when you see people, and this is just people in general, it has nothing to do with my ex or anybody, friendships, relationships, work, business partnerships. When you see people moving a certain way and it works for them, it's like, yo, like, why do good things happen for bad people? You know what I mean? It's like, why do good things happen to bad people? Why is this person scamming and still haven't been caught from the IRS? Why didn't I take a PPP? Because nobody's in jail right now. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like an internal struggle, because it's like, I'm not going to change who I am, my integrity, how I move as a person for nobody, but it's like, it's not getting me anywhere. It's not getting me nothing in life, being a good person. Like, it's serving me of no benefit, and it's like, I can't turn the asshole switch on.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
How long were you with this guy before you got pregnant?
Not long. The first time, because this is my second pregnancy with him.
Okay, so a couple of things come to mind. Number one, he is who he was before he got you pregnant. This is not a news flash. And if you made a similar choice with your first baby daddy, it shouldn't be, how can I turn the asshole switch on? It should be, how can I learn from my mistakes and not choose the same type of men going forward? So I think that you're looking at this wrong. This guy, his behavior and what he's showing you, that this is the same nigga he was when you decided to lay down with him. When you decided to keep the baby, when you decided to get with him for whatever reason that you got with him, this is who he was. And you had a very similar experience with your first baby dad. So instead of worrying about how can you change yourself, what you should just be worried about is, how can I learn from my mistakes? Because I keep making the same decisions and same choices, and I'm getting the same outcome. Why am I choosing these types of men? Why am I sleeping with them and having their kids so soon after meeting them or being with them? That to me is your real thing, like that you should be. This is about you looking in the mirror and confronting you. This ain't got nothing to do with those two dudes. It really doesn't. So if I can give you any advice, Noelle, I would tell you, you seem like a very sweet woman. You do. But
character.
Excuse me?
I said, to be honest, I'm a poor judge of character. Or what my problem is like, I see the good in people. You know what I'm saying? And I fall in love with potential. I don't fall in love with what's being shown to me. You get what I'm saying? And I think like recognizing that, because the first part of solving a problem is admitting you have one, right? So I think recognizing that is, I'm on the right path to move differently. You know what I mean? And analyze my surroundings,
You said you just came into the conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you missed the whole beginning. The beginning was tailor-made for you.
Really?
Because we were talking about women in Gabby Union and how women choose men and why women let a good man go by. You have to assess. And I'm gonna make this real quick. You have to assess who you are and what you want in your relationship. And you have to go for the person that can deliver that. You can't go for what is popular out there and think that you hit a cool because you fucking with somebody that other people want. You have to go for what you want and who's going to make you happy, regardless if they're not the hot guy on the block. See, what seems to me is that you've been fucking with the same type of nigga and you ain't learning your lesson because you fucking with the hot nigga on the block, or what you perceive to be the hot nigga on the block, and he ain't for you. But because he's out there and he moving and shaking, you like, okay, hey, I fuck with him. Oh, that's what's up. But you blocking your own blessings. You blocking your own blessings because there's a nigga out there that's ready to give you the world. And you don't want the world from that nigga because you look right past him. And you don't even understand that you don't even want the future. You don't want Future. You want Russell Wilson. But you keep going to Future because Future's what's hot. And Future internally makes you feel like you hot. Because you got Future. So now you got to share that nigga with 15 others. Now you got a baby with that nigga and you mad because he's dipping out. Meanwhile, fucking Russell Wilson over there playing baseball, football, soccer, taking niggas to basketball games and all kinds of shit with them little boys. But you got the nigga who run around town with the next chick talking about watches and shit. You got to decide what's important to you and what you want and who you want. And if you want to make yourself happy, and stop trying to make yourself happy based on public perception. Make yourself happy based on you inside, and you will stop choosing these niggas.
My fault, guys. Lenny, join in again. So when we get president, we can start this conversation over again. My bad. But that was hour 2 of the Boys Club. So as you know, what's going on right now, we are, I'm losing. I only get 1 hour per, so now I have to reset after every hour. So let's get Sean in here real quick. In here, and then we get Lenny back. Where's Prez at? There you go.
Yo,
All right, so that's hour 2 of the Boys Club, y'all. We can get it back started. Prez,
try to
what's
get Noelle back in. Noelle, hit that request button.
Noelle, come on, hit the request button so we can get you back in here. So everybody's back. Like, who kicked me off? Oh, everybody. Yo, again, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't kick anybody off. It was IG. But we're trying to get Noelle back in here. What's the joint, Sean?
Is I don't know, Noelia?
Noelia, when you come back in the room, because I know you were just in the middle of starting the statement, so I want to get that statement before we move on to the next person. Guys, if you just logged on, if you just hit the button, then I'm gonna get to you, but give me 1 second. Let's get her done. So I see about 5 people popped up in the request right quick, brand new people, but
don't worry about it. Let's get somebody else in until we can bring her next.
All right. Look at SB and Trail having a little love affair on our live.
Dang, I did not know you was gonna do that.
What's your name, girl?
My name is Kay. I got an old fashioned name.
Huh?
I said I have an old fashioned name, but you can call me Kay.
And where you calling from, Kay?
I'm calling from Dallas, Texas.
Dallas in the house hard body tonight.
I gotta find me a filter. I smoke it.
Okay. What's on your mind, girl?
So I like everything tonight. I really appreciate this conversation. I really appreciate everybody speaking up and speaking out. Ask, that's the question I wanted to ask is, are we willing to do things nowadays in this generation? Are we willing to speak up, speak out, stop playing games? You know, we see what the table is. We see what needs to be brought to the table. So as grown individuals, 30 plus and up, are we willing to do what we're supposed to do in this generation? Are we willing to speak up, speak out, and do what needs to be done without having to be told, or having to be without having to be, or mentally, physically. We know that life is hard. We also know that what we need to do in life is important. So regardless of who we choose or who we rank, who we not with anymore, who trying to get with in the future, the question really is, are we willing to lay down everything?
Sean?
The rules of life, the basic rules. Are we willing to do what we supposed to do?
Miss K, can you hear me?
Hear you?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, respectfully, I don't know what you're talking about. God knows I don't. Like we've been trying to sit in between you talking in circles, your filter, and Rich blowing smoke in the screen. I damn near got a headache right now. Like this is so hard for me to focus. Your Wi-Fi is breaking up.
It's a simple question, okay? I mean, for you to that amount of time, I don't want you to find an excuse so why you don't have to answer my question.
Okay, I don't know what your question is. I don't.
I will ask it again.
Thank you.
Is it central for individuals like us, you and me, and Richie Dollars? Because I've been a fan of Love and Hip Hop for a long time. That's not watch, but I'm just saying. I don't know who you are, but I do know who Richie is. Is it essential for us as Black individuals, or should I say individuals in general, to do what needs to be done, see what needs to be done? We know 30 plus and up, we don't need nobody to tell us. Now, if we came from broken, if whatever we want to blame it on in the past, and we all know that, right? We all know it's not perfect. It's essential for us, all of us, moving forward, to do what needs to be done in life. You don't have to be confused on purpose. It's simple. Everybody is simple at some point in life.
All right, okay. So we can hardly hear you. Sean, you want to tackle that or no?
Hell no. You can tackle that.
You wanna end the call? We can do that.
No,
So
miss, we want to give you, I want to give you, I promise you, man, I'm not trying to be a pain in the neck. Between your Wi-Fi breaking up, I don't know what you're talking. I promise you, I'm listening, and I listen to everybody who call in. I don't even know what you're talking about. So maybe, Rich, you should take this one because I ain't put it together yet.
Only thing I heard from the first go round was, are we as adults willing to do what it takes to be in relationships and do the right thing by people? We're all over 30 years old, we're grown-ups, and we need to do the right thing. And that's what you're asking?
Yeah, that's exactly what I asked.
Okay.
Plain as.
So the answer to that for me is, we as this game, if you've been here, so if you've been in this chat, you see that the game is messed up, and people are playing games with one another. So as a 30-year-old, should you be able to go into a relationship and do the right thing by the person you want to be with? You should. But can I speak for everybody out there and say that people are going to do the right thing by each other? I cannot do that. I cannot speak for those people. You know what I mean? So I cannot make a blanket statement and say, yes, us as Black adults 30 plus are going to be out here and are going to do the right thing by one another, because chances are we're not. As much as I would like to think that we should and we could, we're not. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it's going to be.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks,
All right, Mama.
You have a good night, man.
You too.
Act like she ain't put you in your place, Sean.
No, I was respectful. Rich, I don't think you know what it is. You vaping and blowing smoke, her Wi-Fi going in and out. She got a filter on that's nuts. Like, try sitting on my side. Like, it's like, I'm like, yo, I'm getting a headache listening and watching y'all. But and then on top of it, I didn't understand one word she was saying. So I'm glad you did, and respectfully to the woman who called in, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to be a pain in the neck. I just don't know what the hell she was talking about.
Yo, she did have a filter though. She did have a filter. The filter was, I was like, yo, is this motherfucking filter? Is this little purple shit going on?
Yeah, but nigga, you got a filter too. You got that smoke coming in our face.
What's up, Mama? What's your name? Where you calling from?
We got Harlem in the building, y'all.
I'm Tasha from Harlem, yo. Y'all are hilarious, y'all. Faces be killing me. Yo, Sean will sit there and won't move. Like, I was waiting for him to say, what the fuck is you talking about? But I know you. Yo, I'm just sitting here waiting for, like, just say it. I know he ain't like that, but just say it. But listen, I came in. Y'all kind of answered my question, so I probably should like, you know, I don't know how to get out once you put a request in. I don't know how to cancel it. However, I'm not into playing games. Met this dude, same dude. I'm not dealing with him actively. Like, we don't talk, we don't go out on dates. I kind of told him, you know, take a step back, do what you got to do. I'll be here once you're ready to grow up. But I don't know how to let go. Like, I really like him. I really want to be with him. But I don't know how to move on. Like, it's so hard for me to move on, especially because, you know, the dating in my area is just like, you know what I mean? And I don't know, should I just, because I was going to text him, listen, let's just make this thing work, figure it out, and then let's live happily ever after. But I don't know if that's like the right choice. I don't know what to do. Because I'm kind of just sitting still. I'm not dating anybody. I'm not taking any phone calls. I'm just sitting still. I'm not actively going out. Say what?
Dry.
Oh, never use that word with me, Rich. That's one. Let's say not skinny and not dry. Those two words we don't use here. Skinny and dry. We don't do that here. But I really like him. I don't want to play games. That's why I kind of took a step back. Let him do what he got to do, figure himself out. And in my mind, it's like, one day we're going to be together. But because I don't know how to date. Like, I don't know what it looks like when a dude is playing games. And he'll text me, you the best thing that happened to me. I love you. You know, you're the special person in my life. He'll text me all this good stuff. And then it's like, nothing.
Sure.
What do you mean nothing? Because I really didn't know where you were going with this. I'm trying to figure out why aren't y'all together? So why don't you fill in the blanks? How long you been talking to this man?
I've been talking to him for like a year and a half. So ask me what you need to know to help me get to the answer.
Okay, so is this somebody who you were with?
Yes.
Y'all was an item?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
so what is the issue here? Because you said I don't know how to let go. Like, what is the issue?
The issue is, in my mind, he still want to play in the streets a little bit. Like, he still want to, you know, do the hanging out thing and, you know, go to the club and all that. And I don't live that lifestyle. That's not something I do. Like, you go to work, go to your first job, go to your second job, you hang out, and then it's me. Go to your first, like, I feel like a jump off a little bit. Like, and I don't think I give off jump off vibes. Like, I'm not a jump off kind of girl.
Okay, again, fill in the blanks. Aside from him going to the club, is he not spending enough time with you? Has he
No,
not? He's not spending enough time with you. What does that mean? He sees you once a week. He sees you once a month. Like, what does that mean to you?
Like 3 times a week he used to. It was like reduced to 3 times a week, but it's like 12 o'clock in the morning because he done partied all night, you know. And now it's like, let me go see my baby, and it's like, no, you know, I'm tired.
So he coming over to smash. Basically, you when you see him, is him making his booty call.
We talk, we smash, he cook, we talk about life. You know, he does most of the cooking. But, you know, we do those kind of things. But we smash, we talk, he cook. We might go out like once every 2 months, and it just got tiring.
Okay, maybe, and I'm so maybe
No,
I'm
go
just
ahead.
so off
I'm
tonight.
not good at explaining stuff. Go ahead. I don't feel the way about
Is
it.
he? Do you hear from him every day?
I used to. I stopped answering the calls every day.
But does he call you every day?
Not anymore. Like in the last month, no. Like he'll send text messages. Oh, I love you. You know, I wish we could be together. You're the best thing that happened to me, and shit like that. But it's like, do I go back? Because I've never doubled back with a dude I was with. So I'm like, should I double back and give it a shot? Because
But you said you stopped taking his calls.
Right.
So why would he call you every day?
no, he texts me now because I don't pick up.
Okay,
the phone.
because you're not gonna pick up his call.
Right.
But why would he call you? Just help me. Why would he call you if he know you're not gonna pick up his call?
I guess because he want to try it again. I don't know. I don't know why he keep calling me. I wish he'd leave me alone, but I don't know.
No, let me phrase it a different way. If me and you are dating, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not happy with Sean for whatever the reason is. I used to call you every day, and then you stopped picking up my calls. At some point, I'm not gonna call you no more. I'm just gonna text you.
Right.
So now, are you telling me you're upset that he's not calling you? That's why I'm trying to figure out what am I missing.
No. What I'm saying is I like the dude. I want to be with the dude, but I'm just confused whether I should give this another shot or if I should keep it pushing. That's what, like, I don't know.
You didn't tell us why you wouldn't give it a shot. All you said is the man go to the club. Now, I could easily say there are garbage men. There are blue collar workers who are good dudes and they work 12-hour days, but on the weekends they want to go to a club. Like is that an issue for you? Is he somehow, because he goes to a club, you feel like he's not serious about you? That's you're not filling in the blanks enough.
So he goes to the club and then he gets intoxicated while he's at the club. It's the intoxication part that bothers me. Like that is
okay. So it's not infidelity.
No.
You ain't caught the man cheating.
I didn't catch him cheating, but somebody did text my phone. But I wasn't even mad about that. Like,
all right. You didn't catch him cheating.
No.
He was paying attention to you before you stopped picking up his calls.
Mm-hmm.
Your biggest problem with him is he's going to the club and he's getting drunk.
Yes, that's one of them. Yeah.
Okay, but aside from that, was he giving you the attention that you want, that you needed, rather?
Yes.
Rich, you got to jump in here. I don't see the problem. I don't.
See, I took it as something, I took from the beginning of the conversation, I took it that she was ready to be in a relationship and the dude wasn't acting right. And she dated him before, and now she's trying to decide if she should jump back into a relationship with the guy who hasn't done the right thing by her. She wants him, she likes him, she wants to be with him, but the nigga ain't never did right, even when they were together before.
No, Rich, she didn't say he ain't never did right, and she didn't say he didn't do right by her.
Originally, she said that. Originally, it was the first time around he didn't do right. She left him, and now.
But we trying to establish what not doing right is. She said he was going to the club and he was getting drunk. She didn't say that the nigga was missing in action for days on end. She didn't say he was cheating.
We don't live together, so I can't consider him missing in action. We don't live together. We've never lived together.
Okay, but I'm saying he wasn't missing. I'm just saying what I heard. He wasn't missing for days on end.
He went missing one time. He did go missing one time.
Okay,
Sean,
but
Sean, don't kill me, because I know once
I
you
know
put that
I'm.
to the side, you know.
But Rich is saying something, and you agreeing with him. You just not showing me. You just not showing the reason that I can't jump all the way in here, because to me, when you say he ain't treating me right, what does that even look like? The fact that he's going to the club and he's drinking. You know how many dudes go to the club on the weekend and drink?
But when you go to the club and drink every night, like that's for me.
Okay,
you could do that,
that's
for me though.
That's something different. That's something different. It's every night.
With the exception of Sundays, yeah.
Okay, so now you're filling in the blanks. That's what we've been begging you to do. I didn't know that it was every night. So you got to help us. I'm not in your relationship. Rich is not in your relationship.
But Rich understood what I was saying. But yes, that's what it was a constant thing. It became almost every night with the exception of Sunday. But he did go missing one time. He said he had to go clear his head. Because there was some things that was going on. You know, some things had went on in his life where some people had passed away, and I guess he needed, a moment to escape or whatever. But again, it's Yeah, yeah.
All right, so go ahead, Rich. You was on the rant. I'm sorry for cutting in.
All right.
I ain't one about to comment. Be dirty every time. I'll pay them.
The reality is this: if you was with the dude and he ain't act right, you blocking your blessings by trying to be with a nigga that you know ain't gonna act right. You ain't even say that he trying. You ain't say, yo, Rich, he trying. Yo, Sean, he giving me his all. The nigga just backslide every once in a while and he fuck up. You saying that this the same thing that he did before. You're using the excuse that a lot of women use. I don't want to go back out here, and the devil next to me is better than the devil that I don't know. That's not the way you're supposed to do this. The devil next to you is not the lesser of two evils, because you know what he brings to the table. He's not abusive. He's not this. He's not that. But the nigga is this, and that. So I should accept this, and that, because it could be worse. That's not the way you're supposed to move in your relationships. The nigga could be worse, so I'm just going to stay where I am and be unhappy, and this nigga's not going to do the right thing by me, and he's going to continue to go out and drink every night and do da-da-da-da. No. If you are trying to be in a relationship and you are trying to really, really find happiness, then you need to go out there and you need to let this nigga go and move forward with your dating. As much as you hate it, you are blocking your own blessings. This is another thing that we've been talking about all night. You block your blessings by trying to be with the devil that you know. The fact that he's the devil means that you should not want to be next to that nigga. But you know him and you feel like in your heart of hearts it could be worse. You're lazy. And when I say you're lazy, it's you said it 100 times. I don't want to go out here. I don't want to go fuck with nobody else. I ain't trying to go back out into this dating pond. But if you're not gonna find happiness, so if you're looking to just be unhappy with the nigga you know, and you know his faults, and you can almost say, okay, this is what he do, and I can accept it, then stay where you at and just be unhappy, and we'll talk to you every Wednesday night at 7:30. Or
yeah, that's my fear.
Or you can fucking go out there and give it another shot and try to find somebody who genuinely makes you happy that you want to be with. And I ain't saying it's going to happen at the first time. I'm not saying it's going to happen the second time. But if you have to do it. You have to do it. Like sometimes you just gotta. I hate to say this kind of stuff, but sometimes you just gotta put it in God's hands. You gotta take the leap. You just gotta take the leap of faith. A motherfucker who works every day and knows that this job is miserable, and I know I get off at 5 o'clock, and I know I get to go home every night, and they don't ask me to do overtime, but I hate being here. 9 to 5, this shit makes me miserable. I hate it. I hate the motherfuckers at the water cooler. I hate my boss. I hate everything. I hate the computer. I hate it all in this motherfucker. But you go back every day because you're familiar with it. And you're like, yo, this is what it is. You might have to quit that job, or you can't come home complaining to me about it. I don't want to hear your complaints if you continue to go back every day. So until the day that you come to me and say, yo, I'm going to have to leave this job, then I get to support you. But right now, me and Sean can't support you if, in fact, just sitting at home and you're saying, this nigga's a piece of shit, and he drinks every night, and he don't do the right thing by me, but I'm going to stay here because I'm just lazy. We can't support you in that. We can support you as a friend. We can support you in, we hope it works out for you, but I can't support you in your happiness because you don't want happiness. You ain't trying to find your happiness. You content with being unhappy with the nigga you know because you know him. You content being unhappy with the job that you go to because you know what the job is. Quit and go look for another job and stop being fucking lazy. Get your big girl pants on, quit the job, and go look for another job that makes you happy, that you look forward to going to every day.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, Tasha. Ain't nothing Rich said wrong, but I can't co-sign none of this yet because from what Sean heard, your version of not being treated right is this nigga go out and he's drinking. That could possibly be fixed if that man is into you as much as you are into him. just hear me out. If you were telling us a bunch of other stuff, I could ride on and maybe not hearing the issues. So maybe it's the chemistry thing. Maybe what's important to you in terms of a man being home at night is not important to him. He's outgoing. He likes to have a drink after work. And because of that doesn't make him a bad guy. Doesn't even mean that he's treating you bad. It just means that you guys are not compatible. I'm with that and I hear that. But you ain't convinced me that you dealing with a type of nigga who is a bad guy. It just sounds like he's a dude who like hanging out still. And truthfully speaking, if you don't mind me asking, how old is he?
41.
Okay, so I don't know if this man will be willing to change his ways in terms of going out and scaling it back because he feels the same about you as you feel about him. If he truly is not treating you right, everything Rich said applies. Go with it. Go out and get another job.
That's the only thing you can do, Doc.
Huh?
That's the only thing she can do.
Breaking up. Right.
Are we back? Are we back?
No, Sean was breaking up.
I said, if this is truly just about lifestyle, he still want to hang out. Maybe he love you enough to scale back on it. Like maybe he care about you enough that, yo, you know what? I'll go out on the weekends and you come with me. At least I'll get my fix, but you'll be right here with me. So I don't know if it's worth, if he treats you good, I don't know if it's worth throwing out the baby with the bathwater, because ain't nothing you told me yet. You said that he treats you bad. I just ain't heard it. I just heard y'all got different priorities. His priority is being in the street, and your priority is being at home. And that couldn't fit.
See, this is why I asked the question. Rich said get another job. You said maybe it could be fixable. And I'm just looking for information as to, what I can do. The whole drinking thing, maybe it could be fixable. Is that, Yeah,
but have you discussed that with him? Have you discussed it with him?
I just told him that's just not the lifestyle that I live. He can do what he wants to do, but it's just not the lifestyle that I live. You can't.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Like, our time was limited to, 12 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'm not no booty call. Like, that's not how this thing started. This is not how this goes. Like, and I understand because I don't beef about it. You live your lifestyle how you do it, but it became like a trend. Like, okay, she's cool with me calling her at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, if that is the case, that's a whole different thing. Him calling you at 12 midnight, him coming over at 2, 3 in the morning just to smash, that's a whole different thing. Take Rich's advice. I'm with Rich all day.
But it's not okay.
The thing is this, and I'll say this and I'll leave it alone because I know Sean's about to turn into a pumpkin. It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I see.
If you are out here and you are giving him your what we call the non-negotiables, if you are telling him what your problems are and he is not trying to help you and he is not trying to fix them, then move on. That's my point. If you're not happy in the relationship and the only thing that's keeping you in that relationship is that you're fucking lazy and you don't really want to go out into the dating pool because you think these niggas out here is weirdos, then you are doing yourself a disservice and you will be not happy. But the other side to that is, and only you know how to make this right, if you are not telling this man your issues, if he does not know how you feel, and he is not able to fix what ails you and makes you angry, it's not on him. It's on you. Both of these are on you. In order for me to make changes in a relationship, I have to know what makes you happy. What makes you unhappy. If I call you at 12 o'clock and you cool, but inside you don't like it, but you never disseminate and you never tell me that, then I'm going to keep calling you at 12 o'clock because a nigga by nature is going to do as much as you allow him to get away with.
So we had that conversation, and that's how we got here. I'm not cool with you calling me at 12 o'clock. Like, it became, like, we would spend time together during the day. He would come over, lunchtime, blah, 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 blah. And then he might come back at night. And then it became just come back at night. Like, and then that I can't do. So I had a discussion with him. Hey, take the
stop
time.
being lazy.
And I had a conversation with him. Take the time, whatever you need to figure out what you got to figure out. If you want to keep drinking, you do that. If you want to stop drinking, I'm cool with that. But I'm going to give you some time to figure out what it is that you want to do.
You got to stop,
so my
being
question
lazy.
was,
That's the bottom line.
Double
is
back
you gotta
or
stop
keep it
being
pushing?
lazy.
That was my question. Do I double back or keep it pushing? That was it.
If you don't feel like the changes are being made, you got to keep pushing, sis. If you don't feel like the changes are being made and you feel like you just being on a hamster on a wheel and you fucking Groundhog's Day, then keep it pushing. Because it ain't nothing that's going to make you happy. You're going to be unhappy. You wasting time because every day you grow a day older is a day that you don't want to go back out there and fuck with these weirdos. But you're going to have to at some point, or you're going to be by yourself, or you're going to find yourself in a relationship where this nigga just does what he wants to do. And every day further is a day more power for him. Every day you let the shit go by is a day that you give him more and more power.
No, but we're not together, so I'm not giving him anything. My question is,
but you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. You are giving him the power. If you're not doing anything and you sitting idle, he has all the power. If you sitting at home idle and you telling this nigga, go do what you want to do, I'm going to give you some time, but you don't want to go fuck with the weirdos out there in the world.
Yeah, you're right.
You giving him all the power.
You're right. You're right. I didn't think about it that way.
You know where you at. Do you know where your kids is at? You ever seen that commercial on Fox 5? It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your nigga at? But that nigga,
I get it. I
know
get
where
it.
you at. Anyway,
I get it.
We'll see you next week, Mom.
I ain't coming back here. I don't like how Sean be looking at me. I ain't coming back.
Sean loves you.
I love y'all. I'm just playing. I love y'all. Bye.
All right, Joe.
I'm gonna Tasha.
Want to do one more? Or you want to go?
I'm good. Let's get again.
Because y'all got to stop doing this. I'm gonna say this real quick because I know we trying to get another person in. But yo, listen. I hate leaving with 30 people in the comment section. I mean, in the trying to get in section. But yet, 20 minutes ago, there was 3 people in there. Me and Sean trying to keep conversations alive because none of you niggas is calling in. Now we about to get off, and I'm looking at the thing, and there's 30 of you, and we're not going to be able to get the 30 of you. We doing Janae Duncan. You know what? We'll close out with our closeout. We'll close out with our closeout.
We can keep it going. Let's take it to the hour.
Hey y'all.
Yana,
what's going
what's
on?
up?
So obviously this has been a eventful conversation. I just wanted to say, for one, no games is being played. That's the quickest way to lose me. Number 2, I don't think that you should go back. I agree with Sean. An ex is an ex for a reason. Most of the time, dudes don't want you back until they see you happy with somebody else, and then they start seeing you having what you wanted with them with somebody else, and then they want it back with you. So it's 9 times out of 10, it's not real anyway. And the last thing I wanted to say is, I'm gonna need for these people to put some respect on my name. I am the 3rd member of the boys club, okay? All of these honorary 3rd members coming out of the woodwork ain't gonna work for me. I'm gonna need for y'all to let them know that I am the official 3rd member.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, homeboy last week talking about he the honorary 3rd member. You came in with one good conversation. The dude who has the poly relationship.
Oh my!
He came.
Friend said that.
You know, he did. He said that he's like the honorary 3rd member. I just sat back like, wait a minute. You came in with one good conversation, and now you the 3rd member all of a sudden. I've been at this for a year and a half, bro. What's bro? Tell them to put some respect on my shit. It's been a year and a half.
Everybody know. Everybody know. Everybody know. SB and Antoinette. Day ones. So
Okay.
that's it. SB, you are the third member. Ooh, you are the third member of the Boys Club. Everybody know that.
You see, he disrespecting you, SB?
I know. I said.
And I love Shorty from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? I love the one that be smoking. I love her, but let her know.
But she ain't saying that she the third member though.
All right.
She just showing up to the party.
I'm just making sure I'm checking all the boxes while I'm in here.
Okay.
I talk to your boy Trout. I know that you ain't mentioning him.
Listen. Because listen, he see what I'm over here doing for the Boys Club. He be trying to snag me, but I'm loyal. That's one thing you ain't never gotta worry about. I keep it Boys Club. Every week, every Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern. He in the comments. You see it, Trail. You see where I'm at.
Oh my God. All right, Yana. The official third member.
You know what I'm saying?
Closing out.
Antoinette, love you.
All right, we're gonna do one more person. All right.
And nice roll.
Thank you.
Very nice roll, SB.
Thank you.
SB had on a roll.
It was something. It looked like it was silk or something.
All right. Oh shit! I clicked it too fast. I think her name was Mylan Powell. Mylan Powell. What's up, Mom? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello, Your Majesties. My name is Ebony. I'm calling from North Carolina. I represent the Bull City, Durham, North Carolina, baby.
Okay. Shout out to Durham, North Carolina, NC State, and all that.
I love it. Aggie Pride, all above. Yes. So I'm single. I'm divorced, and I'm looking to start dating again. What is the best way you can start dating again just to get yourself back out there?
It's a good question. Sean, you want to tackle that?
Start dating again? Like what? No, that is the answer. What do you mean? What's the best way to start dating again? The best way is to start dating again.
Well, like, how do you get yourself out there? Like, I shot my shot so much at so many people, and I think they think I'm joking. I've never shot my shot so much in this past year. All the shots I've shot. Some famous people, some just normal people.
Some famous people?
I'm just saying, I shoot my shot whenever, like, I'll send a DM in a heartbeat and say, you know, I shoot my shot.
Well, maybe that's. If you don't mind, excuse me, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 39, baby.
39. So
my last year.
Maybe you need to get out and stop sitting at home on the internet and shooting your shot through DMs where people think that 99% of this shit is catfish, 99% of this shit is social media games, internet games. If you really want to get out into the dating world, you need to go out. Yeah, I'm sure there are some nice clubs, some hookah bars, some restaurants that you can go into. And if you want to shoot your shot, you shoot your shot in person. You can't just sit on the internet and treat, or just join some dating sites. I'm sure if you join some dating sites and you know.
Are you on any dating sites?
I think I was on Tinder at one point, and then I just stopped trying. Yeah.
Okay, you know, I'm old. Ain't Tinder the smash site? Ain't Tinder the one for
I was getting ready to say, I was thinking more Christian Mingle or something. Not Tinder is that OnlyFans shit.
let me just say something, because you're on Tinder, the site that's known for hookups, for smashing. You're sliding in niggas' DMs, which famous people, not famous people, which is again known for smashing, for chicks just trying to have a hookup, and dudes don't really take it serious. Why do you? What in your mind makes you think that somebody's going to take you serious if all of your attempts? I mean, now if you say, I just want to get, if I just, how do I say this nicely? I just want a nigga to hit it.
I'm looking for the one.
But look where you're looking. Like something's not adding up. You're looking for the one. You're looking for the one on Tinder?
No.
Like no one.
Then I stopped because I realized it was just a smashing site for real. I stopped because
Okay,
I never
so
met
you.
anyone, but I could tell from the conversation he didn't care about nothing. He just wanted to meet.
Okay.
And I said, nope.
So when you realize that was a smashing site, nothing told you, well, let me go to the site where people are looking for the one. So I'm gonna try out Match.com. I'm gonna try out Christian Mingle. I'm gonna try out some adult site for people who really want relationship. Nothing told you to do that?
Well, I've done a little combination of all of it, but
You
I've,
only mentioned Tinder, and I don't think that's by accident.
okay. I never met anyone on Tinder. I just have a profile.
You said you met somebody on Tinder, the nigga tried to smash.
No, it was over the phone. We never met in person.
Oh. Okay.
And I could tell by his conversation over the phone, he just wanted to, I knew it immediately. I didn't meet up with him, and I stopped. I was like, that one interaction was enough. So I didn't do any more after that.
I just think I'm not going to a strip club looking for my wife. Like I'm so blown away by what do you expect? If you're saying all the attempts that you're making are in places that ain't nobody looking for a wife. Like you shooting your shot, you putting out the bat symbol in the places that are saying come smash, but you saying I'm looking for the one. Like something's not, I don't know. Something just doesn't sound. Maybe you should go back to the drawing board and say, I need to just fish in a different pond. Because the pond that you looking for catfish in a pond that got grouper or whatever. Like I don't know. I don't understand. I'm with Rich. I think maybe you should go out and meet somebody. Rich, and you tell me, do people take it serious when you slide in their DMs?
No. Like,
Nick, you don't know that? You don't realize that?
Hey, you can't say I didn't try though. I'm not afraid of rejection at all. At all. I've been rejected my whole life.
I understand that, but you say I'm looking for the one, but where you're going to look for them is not where somebody
Just taking advice. I'm taking notes from y'all. I'm taking some advice from the OGs. Y'all,
okay, that's okay. So that's because if you truly don't know, then everything you told us, you are fishing in the wrong pond. It ain't that you're not attractive. It ain't that you're not wifey material. It's just where you're going to find the one. The ones are not hanging out there. The ones are somewhere completely different. You hanging out where people want to smash. Sliding into people's DM, but they gonna hit you.
Can I add
They
this?
not
I
talking about
do
regular
have
people.
multiple sclerosis, so I don't get around as much as I used to. So the internet is what I use because I don't get around as much as I used to. I still walk and work out and stuff, but having MS, it's just like the internet is easier. That's the part that I didn't say.
But there are other sites where people who are serious. What we're saying, you're fishing in the wrong pond. There are other dating sites and dating apps for people who are serious about, finding the one.
Okay.
And I just think that where you're looking for the one, that's not where they would be hanging out. Maybe that's why you're not having success.
Yeah.
Rich, you got any thought?
What Sean is saying, real simply put, is that where you look for your man is what you're going to find. If you look for your man and you're looking for the one and you're looking for him in places where nobody's looking for the one, then it's hard for you to find the one. You have to find, like, I understand the MS thing, and I'm glad you dropped that caveat because it lends credence to how you are doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
But at least if you're going to do the things that you're doing, you need to at least look in the places that are conducive for what you're looking for.
Okay.
I'm
gonna do
gonna
Christian
turn on
Mingle.
the TV to watch basketball if I really want to watch football. Like, you have to at least find out what channel's playing the football game, or else you're just somewhere where you don't want to be.
Because I was in LA this past weekend when the Lakers were, they won and everything downtown. I was speaking I'm a motivational speaker, and I got to go to LA, and it went okay. It was questionable, but I ended up meeting a guy on the plane, and I was so proud of myself because I gave him my phone number and everything. We had numbers. So that was my first step, kind of like I'm putting myself out there. I'm proud of me. I'm a speaker, a motivational speaker. Yeah.
That's what you need. That's what you need to be doing. You need to be out there meeting people that are like-minded. That's all we can say.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. If I'm trying to lead a healthy lifestyle, I'm not going to a Chinese restaurant looking for salad. I'm not going to Popeyes and Kentucky Fried Chicken looking for a juice bar. To me, what you're looking for is not matching up to where you're going to look for it. So you should start by, if you really do want a man or a husband, the one, I wouldn't go looking for that person in places that people are just looking to smash. Yeah, that's the only thing that I'm saying.
All right.
Thank you. I love you guys. I watch you guys all the time.
Thank you. Thank you.
And if you are single, I'm gonna shoot my shot, Rich.
Thank you. We'll see you next week, Wednesday. Yo, my nigga, I knew that was coming. In the comments,
you can't even make this up.
The Nostradamus people in the comment section was calling it the whole time. I'm trying not to laugh. What I will say is this: it's almost that time. It is that time. Some of these conversations, me and Sean are actually really, really good guys. Y'all just don't understand, because some of these conversations they could go real, real left. They could go real, real left on some real disrespectful, making fools of people and doing the shit that other people do on other channels or have done on other channels. But we're not about that. So we try to give everybody an opportunity. We try to give everybody a fair shake. We try to understand and get to the origins and the blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. But sometimes y'all just got to think about the shit that y'all saying. Because for the sake of conversation, we're going to have to start going left. When motherfuckers come in here and go left, we're going to go right with you. And if this shit turns into an episode of fucking God Rest the Dead, then so be it. Because some of this shit, I'm just be sitting here listening, and I hear it in Sean's voice, and I be thinking to myself, why are they opening themselves up for such, like, we can bury you right now, shorty, with the shit that you're saying. But we never do. So we should get applause for that, for real, because you don't understand how difficult it is to snatch low hanging fruit. But anyway, Go ahead, Sean. We could do the outro before I get cut off again.
No, I mean, I think what you just said. I just hope people understand, especially for our regulars, and if this is your first time visiting this show, it really does come from a place of love, and it comes from a place of wanting to help. But sometimes I sit here and it is so hard. I promise, Rich, you know, because you know me and I know you, and we could really take these conversations so different. And here's what I wonder, Rich: do some of the callers even realize that they open, like, some of the stuff that they're saying? Like, it can go so left so quick. But anyway, if it's your first time with us, we're here. We're live every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time. This episode will be up on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is the Official Boys Club. Just type in Official Boys Club, Sean Prez, Rich Dollars. It will come right up. Please subscribe. If you love what you heard tonight, we have literally a catalog of shows over on YouTube. We also have a catalog of shows on all of the streaming platforms. That is Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music. So wherever you get your podcast from, you can find us. This episode will be up tomorrow, and we'll see you next week. Rich, you got the last word.
Once again, thank y'all. Every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, you know what it is. Richie D, Sean Perez, it's the Boys Club. Welcome to our safe place. I'll see y'all next week.
Later, y'all.